For sure. Tips, please. What up, and welcome back to another episode on this 2 for Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, this is the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast, and welcome back. Joining me is my toxic ass co-host as usual, XG.
What's up, dog? Back to back, we're back. I'm excited for today's guest. She's amazing.
You yell a lot, Xavier, when you're on nitrous.
I know you guys had it
like you like for I thought it was Vegas, and like right now when I heard you talk. Like, I'm just like, hey, bro, like, there's no need to yell.
I don't know. There's no excuse. I just get loud when now.
Yeah, like, I noticed that's the real, like, effect when it comes to you. Like, I'm just like, damn, Xavier gets really loud off on us. You know how I get quiet?
Yeah, and mad sometimes.
Sometimes I get mad. I've thrown a tank at him before, that's why.
Really? For real?
In Vegas.
I have to know what happened. You have to say the story.
The little one.
But my God, you guys have so many.
That's what.
It's the Hank family.
I just noticed something.
That's why the doctor had to be like, hey, man, you got to chill. It was so many because we would have our own podcast, and then they would let us, like this pizza joint. Shout out to the Post Pizza. They let us do a podcast there, and we started just selling balloons.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and then like in the restaurant, and then it was just like the owner was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Oh, this." I'm like, I just told him I was like, "Oh, it's medicated. Like, just don't worry about it." Like, so he just thought it was another weed thing.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he had no idea.
It's so funny how embedded Nas is into the LA culture.
It's just
now. I want to say nowadays. I want to say like a big part of it has to do with like the '90s kids bringing it back. But that voice that you're hearing and that person that you're seeing coming back. Her return here on the show, she's been with us a couple of times, and this is probably like I don't think she's been in this spot, but welcome back, the one and only Reverie, into the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast.
Thank you for having me, guys. I'm excited to be back.
It's been quite a while. Me and you always see each other every time. We're always like working. You're performing, I'm recording and smoking and doing whatever I gotta do. And it's just every time you're always elevating, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
And ironically, every time I see you, it's like the stuff I see you do with your hair just makes me like jealous. I see you do so many things with your hair. I was like, man, you know, I would flex too if I just shave my head at 33 and just be like, check it out.
Yeah,
it's back.
You know what? That actually was kind of an accident. I didn't plan to shave my head at that moment. I dyed my hair blonde, remember? And then basically I cheated on my hairdresser with someone else, and she burnt off my hair. Yes, it's a thing. Cheating on your barber, you know, it's like cheating on your hairdresser. Like, girls, it's the same thing.
She cost her a lot of money. I know she went to your hairdresser ain't cheap, right?
You know what?
Any woman hair is not cheap, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Her going to someone else just cost her money. She's like, that bitch got my money.
Yes, she got my money, and the shittiest part was that I had to shave my fucking head bald.
Is that the girl that you burnt out that you was just like, this bitch fucked my shit up?
Yes. I didn't say her name because I'm not a name dropper, but it was a good story, you know. And also, honestly, it was more that I was so fucking pissed after she burnt off the hair. I had to try to work with it, right? So then I was like putting braids and wigs and et cetera, et cetera. And one day I was just so fucking pissed, and I just went off and I talked about it. I didn't lie; it was the truth.
Burning your hair, how, con chemicals?
Yeah,
with the bleach.
She left it on too long. It's so simple, yeah. It's a common mistake, but like,
she left it on.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it could do that. Damn.
And I know you're mature and you're not who you used to be, but you kind of wanted to swing at this shit. Because if I'm a barber and like, let's say I sleep with his sister, and he's mid cut, I'm swinging like this haircut ain't like. Well, you were at that point where you were like,
well, not really, because I didn't realize initially. I didn't realize till like a few days later that it had happened, because she styled my hair and she made it look all pretty, you know. And then I thought back to when she was done dyeing my hair and cutting it. I told her, oh, I'm gonna sweep the hair off the floor, because I just wanted to be polite, because we were at my house and she had all this stuff to pack up. She's like, no, I'll sweep it. And I was like, no, I'll do it, you know? And at the time, I didn't think anything of it. But now looking back, I'm like, oh, she didn't want me to see all the hair on the floor. Because when I started sweeping the hair, I was like, oh, like I couldn't believe how much hair was on the floor. And I just kept telling myself, no, I'm tripping. I'm exaggerating. I'm being dramatic.
But that's because you have a lot of hair, though, huh, at that time. Like, you had. See, that's the one thing I noticed when women get haircuts, bro. Like, they'll sit there and they'll be like eyes closed and everything. Like, I'll sit there because when I go get my beard cut up, I'll sit and I'll look at some of the other dudes that got hair there and they're getting cut, And they're paying it because, bro, like it hits different for certain men. The older you are, it's just not gonna come back as strong. So some of these dudes, like they're looking at like the hair go down, and they're just like, hey, you cutting a little bit too much off. So I'm like, that's the key difference. It'd be easy to get to if you fuck up a girl's hair, like I guess you're more easier to get away with it.
Yeah, and then they could cover it, kinda. You know, like she totally covered it, and then. Whatever. So that's actually really why I shaved my head. So I'm letting it grow back now. This is actually.
But you had done that before, though.
Yeah, this is a wig,
But you had done that before, though. You had shaved your hair a couple times before, no?
You know what? I had shaved my head, but like 10 years ago, I had like a mohawk, and I had shaved like one side of it. Maybe it was like 8 years ago or something. But and you know what? I did shave the bottom ones too. But not like the whole thing. Like
Amber Rose, that's an Amber Rose move. That's a move.
You know what? Like when I did see you do it that first time, I just thought I was like, yo, man, she must really like Mulan. like, cause I'm like, I saw one movie where I seen it, I was like, oh, she did that because she wanted to be down. Like, you know, when you see that movie as a kid, you're like, damn, that's a down ass chick. And then as I got to know you too, I was like, yeah, Reverie's not one to like not sock you. Like, you know, she like.
Yeah, you know what? I had told her that when it happened to me 10 years ago, I wanted to fuck up the girl so bad because I actually saw it like happening.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't fuck her up because I thought that the guy that took me to that salon was like his salon, like, and he knew them, you know. And so I didn't do anything crazy. I got crazy, but I didn't like, you know. But then later he told me it was not even his friends. I was like, oh, they're so lucky I didn't know that.
But not for nothing though, like you've been able to like you make a like you can't put your style in like one category, like in the way you dress and the way you like do your you know, like your hair and all that stuff. Because even in like I would have never thought I thought myself you had done that on purpose.
Yeah.
Because the way you ran with it and the confidence you had with it. Because I'm just like. I see you sometimes. I'm just like, damn. I was like, that like some of the shit that you wear. I'm just like, if you were in Japan, they fucking love it. Cause I like you see, I buy Japanese fashion too. Whenever I can find it my size. Shout out to the sumo people. But like whenever I see that, I was like, yo, you rock all that shit with confidence. And I think that like it works for you in so many favors. Cause I would have never thought that you did that as a mistake. I just thought I was like, yo, she's gonna own the Britney look and just kill
That's
it.
what I thought. That's what I thought.
For real, like I thought I was like, yo, like.
And you gotta see, but that's what people don't have to notice. Sometimes you just gotta not show the L and show like somehow this is a W. Fuck it, because I literally was like, I'm like, man, because I know you take those risks, like you said, you take risks like that. So when you did it, I was like, whoa, that's dope. And finding out that it was a mistake and you ran with it and you made us believe that because you are a bad bitch. I was like, bad bitch move right there.
Thank you.
But yeah, even better. You're like, it's a mistake and I still figured it out.
Yeah, I just have come to realize that in life, like no matter what happens, you got to just keep going, right?
Yeah.
You got to own it and just not think twice about it. That's kind of how that happened.
And you get any chicks to shave their heads off? Because you inspire people. I'm not gonna lie.
You have that kind of following where like there's not that many people that I don't want to say it's a cult following, but like
it's a cult following.
Yeah.
No,
I think my fans are like a cult.
Yes, when you can like engage these fools to be going up to bat for you, because I see that like on a certain level when something happens with me, and then my fans are right there. They're just like, yo, we're gonna react the same way you would react. So please don't let us know when you're upset. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna I was like, you do have that kind of following, and I'm like, how is that? Is that, do you think that that's just what you attract because of the way you are? You're not, no tienes pelos en la lengua, you know?
What's pelos?
Pelos.
Oh, like hairs and stuff?
Yeah. Are you fluent in Spanish?
I'm not fluent, so I don't know that phrase. I understood all the other words, but
like no tienes pelos en la lengua. Like you don't have hairs on your tongue.
Like I'm not
you don't
stuttering
give
on
a
what
fuck.
I'm
You'll say
saying.
whatever.
Okay.
What's on your mouth. There's nothing stopping it. Like
like there's no cat holding your tongue. You know what I mean? Like
I'm very expressive.
Yeah.
I've found that I am more able to exist in the world if I'm saying how I feel and being real with myself. Yeah.
Some people I've noticed though too, because I mean maybe this is because I know you know what I mean, like, and I know I was like, hey, Reverie's just that, she's one of those tough ass chicks, like you don't, she gonna let you know what the fuck's up, so just don't play with her, you know what I'm saying? But some people might be like, oh, eres tóxica.
Yeah.
Do you get that?
I definitely do get that, and it's always by men. And I'm not a man hater or a man basher. Or I'm not.
That's another thing
I'm
too.
not a
That
men or trash girl,
some men feel that way, and I'm just like, look, I can see how you would take it that way, but like you gotta look at the other side of the coin sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely get that a lot, and you know, it's just part of doing what I'm doing and having an audience and being a public figure. Like I face so much criticism every day. Like I block so many people every day. Like now
blocking.
it's like, yeah, now it's out of control how many people I'm blocking. And that's just how I keep my mind right.
That's why we never go up in followers. We just blocking half the people that want to follow us.
Oh my God, I always think about that.
I literally think about that too. I'm like, yo, I had 10 accounts, but like 9 of them were bots. They followed me. Fuck him. I don't want them taking my shit. I'll block them because I get paranoid.
Yeah.
Not that you're going to like fucking defappening me, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just get like, I just get like paranoid where I'm just like, what if this is the feds? You know what I mean? Like, or what? Yeah, or like, but you're just like, you just get paranoid just because, like, you know, you always been running it up like before, you know, before you figure out yourself in life, you know, you think about all the shit that you used to do in private, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you feel like that's where always that fear comes, where like, oh, I'm gonna get pulled over, or there's a cop behind me, because you're just like, even though if you're not out there running wild, it's just like, it's that self trauma that you inflicted on yourself. Because you can't inflict trauma on yourself. A lot of people don't know that. Like, it's like I don't know if it's a term, but it's like voluntary trauma. Like when you choose to stay in certain situations, knowing because there's situations where you know well-being that you're getting your ass beat or you're being mistreated, and you know that you're choosing to stay, and then situations where you're like, fuck, like this person knows that I'm being easily manipulated, and I don't know that because I'm not done with my shit. But either way, that's still like a form of you traumatizing yourself, because if you have acknowledgement.
Yeah,
a lot of people
I think that's great that you're saying that, so everybody listening can think about that concept. Because you have to be told that if you don't figure it out on your own, you know. And most people are not deep thinkers; they're not even gonna think of that.
No, they do. Like, I mean, I want to say that my 30s, because I'm 33 right now, has been the era where like I've realized where what I was sweeping up under the rug during my younger ages. Because like my 20s, I was like young enough where I was like, hey, I can sweep it up under the rug and do all this shit to help me cope with it. And now that I'm like older, I'm just, I kind of have to pump the brakes on certain things. Like, hey man, we can't just, like, first of all, coke will kill you. Second of all, we can't just be running it up all night like how we used to, because the body can't take it. You know, it's just science. And then on top of that, like, it becomes harder and harder to keep doing that shit. And and you don't, you know, I feel like different decades in your life, you start new memories unlocked. In your brain, and you start thinking, you're like, why do I keep thinking about that one time my dad did this shit at the supermarket, or this and that, and you're like, fuck, that shit scarred me. And then I feel like my 30s are like that. Xavier, I don't know. I know you're not 30 yet, but
I just became 30, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
Welcome to the club.
Right?
When you start thinking about your parents' divorce a lot, like you gonna call me, you gonna be like, is this why you like going to Disneyland a lot?
I feel that.
I'd be like, yes, bitch. That's why I'm there like fucking 3 times a month, bro. It's the best. Yeah. I mean, no, I don't know. I feel having an understanding with dealing with your bullshit, it helps out a lot. Cause not understanding what this shit is kind of like being schizophrenic, and nobody knows what schizophrenia is.
What do you mean by that?
Like, you know how like let's say like if I was schizophrenic and nobody knew, I'm like, hey, I'm hearing voices, and nobody had a term for it. I would feel so misunderstood. Yeah. So it's like the same thing when like you don't, like when you have an acknowledgement of your shit, like sometimes like because I have acknowledgement of certain like behaviors that I have because of certain trauma, like I find myself that like now I'm proud that I can like go to my girlfriend and be like, hey, you know what? My bad if I got a little loud. I just don't like being like criticized in that way, and I felt X, Y, and Z. And I'm like able to do those kind of moves and apologize for certain shit like that because I acknowledge that, as compared to before where like I would just bury it more by becoming more defensive and just being like, nope, you don't know what you're talking about. Fuck this. I don't, you know, we're going to fight worse. You know what I mean? But that shit takes a lot of time. Like dedication. Yeah. And dedication.
To yourself. Yeah. To your growth. Yeah. And a lot of people are not willing to put in that work. A lot of people don't even know that they need to put in that work. It's not even a thought.
Because it's easy to surround yourself with people that fucking help you embody that kind of behavior. Yeah. And then it's not until somebody, if it's only one person that calls you on your shit and lets you know that you got a fucked up behavior pattern and you got 10 people around you that are all just equal amount of rain clouds around you, you're going to be more likely to be like, fuck that, the rain clouds are right. Fuck this shining star over here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'd be like, I'm sorry, bro. I was just trying to get you to shine with me because I couldn't see you with all this cloudiness.
Yeah.
Yo, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So we kind of like, well, we don't like him, but I mean, he's entertaining. Is Sharp. And you did a show, and I came in. I was like, bro, you guys calm them down a little bit. Like he isn't like. He kind of
is wild.
Oh yeah, you fools like
like,
all three of y'all calm that fool down. That's the most calmest I've ever seen him.
And I gotta give you props. Like, is he like that? Did he get off camera? He was like more who he was? Cause
no, he was cool. And you know what? It's I've seen a few of his interviews for sure. Like before I went on, and I like it. I'm a fan, but. A lot of people have been telling us that, this is the nicest I've ever seen.
Yeah, we were surprised. I texted him.
Then again, he's also grown a lot from like the first couple of interviews that he did, where it's like he was taking like if I've been following his show from the beginning, where like the first 10 interviews you could kind of felt that if the moment something resonated and it tugged on certain strings, it became of a personal thing and no longer an interview. Like you can be team red and I could be team blue, but like just because we're having an interview doesn't mean that I'm gonna have my emotions attached to it. I would like to hear your reasoning about it. Yeah. So it's like when you're new into it, it's like the way I would do it, I wouldn't do that. But for the first year when I had the podcast, bro, I would be. That's the reason there was so much Henny being taken down because I was just so nervous and just like I needed something to cope with. So
it's difficult.
It is.
Talking so much all the time, like having everything you say on record, like it's a lot.
Yeah, I saw
do it in my own way with my music, and but like talking it's even more nerve wracking, I think. Like earlier today, I did a little, like a video chat with a college class. Yeah. And I was so nervous. I was like sweating and everything. I was like, oh shit, like it's just so different when I'm not performing.
Did you ever want to go to college, or did you go to college?
No, I went to one art class for half a semester.
Just one art class? You sound like XG over here when he was. Tell him how long you went to.
You know what? I hate school. I've never liked school. And I was good at school, like in high school, but.
Yeah.
What school was that?
It was in Washington. I don't know what it was. I think it was Bellevue Community College.
Yeah, CC. Yeah.
Washington State, yeah. Yeah, and I couldn't finish it. I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. I cannot have somebody teach me how to make art. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. I'm like,
I took hella art classes too. And like when I was young, because I always wanted to like draw cool shit. I always wanted to be gifted like that. I always saw some friends and I was like, man, that's sick as fuck. I wish I could paint. That's why like these are all pieces I'd never drawn. These are all just my collection of different artists.
Oh, that's
just
cool.
Different artists.
They're really cool.
Because I appreciate the art. Some of them they painted myself or whatever it is. So it's all this stuff. I always want to do it. And I think by the third year of taking art classes, like I was like, I can learn perspective. I can learn abstract. I can learn the difference. It'll help me sound like a smartass in a museum, but you cannot teach me to make this art.
Yeah.
Like you cannot teach me to make this shit. I can make my own rendition of it, and I guess to some people it can be art, but certain kind of finesse cannot be taught. Like like you just cannot. Like my gift in art was differently. My shit was in writing. My shit was in public speaking, performing arts. Yeah.
I definitely did learn a little bit in that class. I'm not gonna hate on it completely, but it just wasn't for me. Like school was just never.
I sound like a hater because and on all the teachers out there, thank you for teaching us. But even when I was a kid, I was like, why am I learning from this person? This person obviously is not doing what they wanted to do. That's why they're a teacher. Oh. It sounds fucked up, but you know what I mean?
I never wanted to take a comedy class.
Would be art, doing art. It would be Van Gogh. You're here teaching because you can't be that person.
That's why when you go to a comedy class,
because you're not a teacher at a chemist. You're not a chemist.
Yeah,
Sounds
I've definitely thought that about.
Yeah, I know. As a kid, you're like
business classes. They don't even have a business. Like, how's somebody gonna teach a business class?
Comedy.
Business.
Yeah, comedy.
You can't teach me comedy. I was like, oh, you're not Bill Burr.
Yeah, and Bill Burr wouldn't wait. Not the Bill Burr, but Bill Burr wouldn't waste his time teaching anybody because he'd look at you and be like, no one taught me. It's something you just. I would kind of be happy though if Bill Burr taught a class, but all he did was roast you when you walked in. For like 2 hours, he was like, "Look at this motherfucker! How much you paid for the shoes? X, Y, Z, just roast you. You want to know
just one by one."
Now that you say that, you want to know? You know what's a class like that? Kill Tony.
He has a class?
No, that's like a class.
Oh.
That is a class. You're getting taught.
Master class.
Master class. You know what Kill Tony is?
No, I don't.
So it's this thing that it's been around for a while. It's these two comedians, Kill Tony and Brian Redband. They do a show, a comedy, like regular comedy show, but they're kind of like American Idol.
Live audience.
Yeah, live audience, like American Idol.
Oh,
and like,
wow.
yeah. So
Like the comedians come and they
They did it for years here at the
their
Comedy
thing?
Store,
Oh,
but now it's in
wow.
Texas. After like everything shut down, they moved to Texas.
Yeah.
And
Smart.
they kind of like they give every comic
No, so you go there, like say me,
sign
you
up.
go.
Yeah, you sign up and then they pick up your names from
So
the
you put
hat.
your name. You
You gotta be
decide,
ready.
yeah.
You gotta be ready. Like you literally gotta be ready when they pull your name up, and then you got 1 minute to say your best joke and to make the 3 panels laugh, and then they let the people decide. And it's like a whole big thing. They stream it online, but
That's
it's
Mean.
Cool.
They're mean. They're mean.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
like
you
they're-
gotta be.
yeah,
right?
they're
If
they're
you're gonna
rough.
be a critic, like especially for comedy, that's pretty hardcore.
It's ruthless. Like
Yeah.
ruthless. These guys are there to roast you,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
They're like Simon Cowell, but
Yeah.
like for comedians.
It's interesting. You should watch episode 2. You'll be like,
Is it on Netflix?
that's on YouTube. Yeah, it's pretty
Okay,
big. Yeah,
cool,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
You know what's one thing that I found interesting that I saw you talk about it or you've been going through. You mentioned it on the Sharp Tank that you have a holistic doctor because I'm you know there's a few of them that I'm like considering going to just to have both opinions and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You want to really know what's going on. Maybe one of them's lying. Maybe just form your own opinion.
Yeah.
And then before you're like, oh no, it's not that I'm not what is it that I'm not like exempt to everything. Like what is it that you haven't been like ingesting? You said you're like no sugar, no like.
Oh yeah, so I can't drink alcohol. I've been on this diet for 4 months.
This is not like a big person diet because you were never like big. I need to lose weight.
No,
type
it's
of
not
deal.
to lose weight. It's because I have a stomach condition. So I cannot consume any alcohol, any processed sugar at all.
No candy for you.
No candy at all. Nothing. Not even honey. Not even agave.
What?
Yes.
That's wild.
No caffeine. That was the worst one for me because I really love coffee, but it's acidic. It's not
Yeah, it's
good for
bad
you if
for
you're
you.
having, digestive problems.
Damn.
So, but I also can't even eat like a lot of fruit. Like I can't have like berries and watermelon and mangoes.
Oh, so they give you all the sucky fruit, huh?
I mean, the only fruits I'm eating right now is like apples, grapes. I was eating peaches, but now they're not in season anymore, and they're not that good. The GMO ones, I've been buying them, and they just
GMO
don't
ones.
hit the same. And then,
You're
yeah,
a
it's like a
warrior.
super. I know it's a super restrictive diet.
So what
but
are you
I'm
eating? What's your
just-
main meal? Do you eat meat?
I eat meat, yes, but I can't eat pork.
You can't.
I cannot. No.
Okay.
I cannot eat pork. So I just eat beef, fish, chicken. I can't even have tuna.
What?
There's a lot of sodium in
That
those
shit is
cans.
good though.
There's a lot of
It's so
sodium in
good.
processed. You can eat a real tuna, like a tuna from a fish. That's
No,
fine.
because tuna has a lot of mercury.
You're right. It does.
So I cannot eat that because it has a lot of mercury. So it's been definitely a challenge, like mentally, really. It's been the biggest challenge. But I'm just like, I want to
didn't
get
break?
better. Huh?
You didn't break
I have cheated. I cheated 2 days
in a row or just like
in a row, and I paid for it. I was sick again.
you got sick?
Yes,
I was gonna ask.
it
Like,
did. And even
at what point though? Because how long have you been like without these things?
It's been 4 months now.
Okay, 4 months.
Then this was like 3 weeks ago.
That you cheated
Uh,
and that shit fucked you up.
It fucked me up. Yeah. Every
Like-
time when I cheat I only cheat like it was like an emergency. Like that day I was filming a music video and I was in Colombia. It was when I was in Colombia, and we couldn't stop to get food because we were obviously doing a guerrilla music video. So we were like moving location to location, and,
Yeah.
and in Medellin they move really slow, kind of. So I couldn't wait for like different people to keep cooking me only steak 'cause that's all I could eat, steak with avocado. So I just had to eat because I was so hungry, and I ate a tamale. But like a big one like this. It was so good. Oh my God. And then the next day I went to
It didn't taste nasty to you because you have been
no.
cutting everything off, like you know how.
no, it tasted like heaven. It tasted like heaven.
So your body was still craving that.
Oh my God, I'm having so many cravings. It's crazy. Like it's been a really difficult 4 months for me. And I'm still doing like everything with my career, and then like dealing with this. Like I'm going on tour with this shit. Keep
Yeah, I
that
know,
in
that's-
mind. You know, like it's really hard. Like basically when I'm on the road, all I can eat is steak.
It's the best.
That's good. That's pretty good.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, and
I
salad,
don't mind
and
that.
Yeah, I know.
don't
Like
mind
I'm
that,
over
yeah.
here. I was
Especially
like,
if you're like,
I was like,
I
boo hoo.
have
I'm
to
so
eat
damn.
this.
Like, all you can eat is steak.
And then
shit.
she
know
said,
what?
and then she said though, I eat it exactly what she said. Steak with avocado. It does need some salsa though, but it's
I
so
can't eat
fucking
with
good.
salsa.
I know.
You can't put
I know.
those.
Yeah,
You
so-
can't put salt in it.
I could put salt. And you
Okay,
know what?
hell
Obviously,
yeah.
I don't mind eating steak and avocado every day. But the thing is that when I'm like on tour in Europe, for example, or in fucking like a state in the middle of America, they don't have steak at 11 p.m.
Yeah, they
or
don't.
at 2 a.m. after the show. You know, like it's really hard. So then I can't even eat like a burger patty from like McDonald's because everything's cooked with sodium oil.
Yeah.
Like I could eat at In-N-Out. Because I just get the protein style. I get just the patty, the lettuce, and raw onions. Yeah.
No, but
Sounds bomb though.
But Izon, I don't know.
It is, but yeah, when it's an option, it's great. And I cook every day at my house. Now I'm cooking more than ever.
I feel like you kind of have to if you have a restrictive diet like
You
that.
have to.
But Izon, that happens with like even vegans. Like vegans that go a long time without eating meat, and then they eat meat. It's hard for them. They get sick, like really sick. Yeah, it's just your body's not. You cut it off.
And you know it's been so interesting, you guys. Like I have this stomach condition, right? And so now whenever I go out to eat, people are like, "Oh, how come you can't get that? How come you can't get that?" So then I tell them, "Oh, I have a stomach condition. I can't eat this." And then they're like,
because
"Oh, what does that mean?" And I tell them, you know, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, that happens to me too." And like it shocked me how many other people probably have a stomach condition. Like they tell me they had like the similar symptoms to what I have.
Is there a name for this, or is that just like unique to your body?
My doctor doesn't want to give it a name because he thinks that we can heal it. Because if he gives it a name, if he calls it
Gastritis
whatever,
or
if he
something?
calls it gastritis, then he's gonna have to give me prescription pills every day to take. You know, and he doesn't want to do that. We're resetting my gut. This diet is resetting my gut.
And that's very, you know what? Because like the doctor that goes on your podcast or that went on the Tinfoil podcast, the doctor that I told you I follow, I buy his seminars whenever he does it. So I get that information. Like, you know, like I even wrote to him. I was like, "Hey, bro, I have a lot of heartburn. Like, I need to like." I was like, "What can I start doing?" And then he's like, "Look, bro, do you drink the lemons? Do you do this? Do you do this in the morning? Follow this shit with garlic." And I'm not gonna lie, like some of these regimens, it takes about like a week or two for your body to really start being like, "Oh, we playing by a different set of rules." But you notice it, like. I had and she's not lying because I stopped doing. All right, so I went like hard with the lemon water in the morning.
Everything you do is always gotta be hard, dog. You buy not. You get
that's
the tank,
how it's
you buy
done.
10 tanks.
Oh my God, I'm the same. I'm like, go all the way or don't fucking do it. Like,
Why bother, right? Why bother? Yeah.
That's how I am.
And I typical around life.
So like, so I have like.
That's why I've been able to do this.
There was a regimen, bro. Like I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna drink the lemon water in the morning. Then I got that volcanic black salt. I gotta mix it with water, chug that shit, do that garlic cloves, you know, do all that shit. And you know, you start doing it, and I'm like, oh. And I remember telling everybody, I telling my girls, like, damn, man. I was like, I haven't felt this in a while. This is crazy. And then sure enough, I run out of lemons. Yeah, I run out of lemons, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go tomorrow to go buy them. That day was Rescue Cat Day. I didn't go. So I was like, man, I missed it. And then I just kept putting it off. And sure enough, I was like, my body started noticing, oh, you're back to treating me like crap. And it came back. And then I was like, man, these motherfuckers are onto some shit. Like, I'm not saying all of it is right, or even like like a lot of people hit me up about it. And I'm saying, like, I make a lot of the hair jokes and a lot of shit like that. But hey, man, I've been treating my shit with batana oil. That shit really fucking works, bro. Like it'll make your fucking shit grow back. My beard's been growing fucking like fully. Like I get to go to the barbershop and shit. You don't gotta put the little paint on shit on there. I be looking hella Persian when I come out of the barbershop, bro. Like,
well, we just had him on again. We just recorded an episode like either this week or last week with him, and he was talking about people don't even chew their fucking food right.
Yeah,
and that's a lot. That's a lot of more work for your body to digest if you're not chewing your food.
That's why you have to. That's why you can't eat at night. That's why it's very bad to eat at night, because like 9 times out of 10 your body's already tired. So whatever you eat past a certain time, you're not even gonna process it right. Your body's just you have that mentality of like, let me scarf this down so to shut my stomach up, instead of like, hey bro, you're technically supposed to have, I think, what is it, like anywhere like 60 bites per fucking like, or 60 chews per fucking bite or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like you're supposed to liquefy your fucking food, and I'm like, I ain't
better for your body. It's
sit here like a fucking sit here like a fucking cow, just like. Yeah, like my jaw's finna hurt. I'm finna have a strong ass jaw.
Yeah, fool.
And then when you sleep, if you eat right before you go to sleep, you actually don't sleep right because your body's trying to digest, but you're trying to make it go to sleep so you don't get a good sleep.
Yeah. That thing you said about growing hair was hilarious the other day.
What did he say?
Because I was telling
about
him,
the oil?
No, I was telling him how girls don't wash their hair sometimes, so I can keep it healthy and strong. He's like, "Bitch, I'm not gonna wash my hair for 3 months," and I'm a fucking.
I was like, I'm still coming here with no hair.
Yeah, cause he's right. Because these guys, I've heard girls say, "Oh, I don't wash my hair for 4 or 5 days," and I'm like, I know that it's not that girl. Every girl says it, and I told Lizzo, and Lizzo's like, bro, that's
You're
not
like,
real.
that herbal essence stinks.
Because if that was real, I wouldn't wash my head for 3 months, and I'd come in here with like a chia pet.
It's just for oils.
Why? Because you're conditioned to it. You're conditioned to all the chemical stuff they use on your head. That's probably why guys lose their hair more too, because you guys put gel every day, you know, and then you're putting.
I regret my
chemicals.
Liberty spikes.
It's true though.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy too about like my stomach condition? It's led me. Some people just say, "Oh, I have those symptoms too," and oh well, I just take a lactate so I can eat lactose, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
But then a lot of people have told me that they're sick too, and they have some kind of stomach condition as well. And we're young, we're in our 30s, and this is happening to people younger and younger, and it wasn't always like that. You know what else is on the rise for our generation? Colon cancer.
Yeah.
It's booming right now.
So like fucking.
And it's not a fucking coincidence. Our generation is the first generation that grew up eating all GMO fruits and vegetables.
Yep.
That didn't boom until the 90s. We're the test babies. It's us.
It used to be 40. You have to get your prostate checked at 40.
Yeah, now
It's 35.
Yeah.
You're close. You're
You
2 years
see?
away, zone. I got
I
5
already
years.
told you,
By
dude.
then,
I'm finna blog it. No.
in the
You know what?
vlog.
Breast cancer is on the rise too.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, we pump our cows and our livestock full of hormones and antibiotics and
And we eat
steroids, you know, and then we're feeding it to ourselves, you know, and everybody's getting bigger in our country too. The obesity is like 45% for adults.
You hear that, Lizzo?
And kids too. Kids are getting big at a younger age, you know, and it's sad.
Hell yeah, I be
It's what
seeing
we're
a lot
doing
of fat ass
to food.
babies, dog.
It's sad.
Food, like I be seeing bigger strollers, and I'm like, companies, stop making, because I be at Disneyland a lot. I just know, like, and I just be like chilling. I be like just observing shit. And I'm like, companies, stop making bigger strollers. The best way to make America lose weight is fat shaming people. Nothing makes you feel like shit more than calling somebody, hey, fat ass, you can lose some weight. That shit stings. And I'm sorry if you might have to cry about it, but your body has to cry too. It's called sweat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that ass, bro. You gotta make that shit be in fucking as once. If you're gonna cry up here, you gotta cry down here too. All right?
For sure.
Yeah, dude. Like, cause you know your head does not need to lose the most weight.
You're there. Do you think CPS should pull up if your kid's a little too overweight?
Oh hell yeah, dog.
Like, you really think your CP? I'm like,
Okay.
bro,
Not to take
that's
them away,
fucked
but
up.
like to put them on a plan and help the parent understand the importance of nutrition.
Yeah, like
that's
not to
what I mean,
fat
no,
shame and I'd be like, hey, yo, what's up with junior diabetes over here? Yeah, like I'm not gonna, like, if you're CPS, like I'm not gonna go ahead and do that, but like I think you should just be like, hey, fool, like don't give this fool pan dulce every morning. Like,
bro.
you know, like how about you fucking give this fool a licuado or some shit?
Yeah.
Oh, remember
some
our parents'
vegetables.
licuado? My parents' licuado was kind of garbage. It was chocomil with sugar on top. Like
That's-
it don't
And a banana.
it don't need more sugar. Like,
Not even a banana?
huh?
Not-
No, in
Okay,
there.
wait,
But at the end of the day, I'm like, dude, that's a fucking a
Sugar
smoothie.
spike.
Yeah, I make my milkshakes now, and they go with water or like almond milk. You try it.
Okay.
Like, yeah, but my mom used to azúcar.
You'll notice the way, like, bro, if you try eating like clean or try eating like 100%, like making an effort, like like the number one way you'll notice it, and I know it's nasty, but your bowels movements.
Yeah. For
That
sure.
is like their main thing, bro. Like the more times it takes you to wipe, something's wrong up there, bro. if you ain't done in like 2 wipes, like and then you're like you have to keep going, and it's like wet cement. Like, hey, bro, I'm serious, bro. These are real things, bro. Cause
Yeah, no, I just like your descriptions.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they're
like-
working obviously.
yeah, bro, like those things. Yeah, and people are saying in the chat that like we were fucked from the start. Yeah. The 90s generation is that generation that has been the test generation. I've said that shit for a while because we don't know the long-term effects of being on the internet and being desensitized to a lot of things at an early age or being sexualized at such an early age or being that generation that got sexualized the most first is like a youth. And top of that, all the food that got tested on because of us, motherfuckers are going to fucking be able to prevent this shit 2 generations down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank us. We're your Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I was like, when it
that's
comes
so
to
fucked up.
yeah, straight up, like
So
right,
crazy
yeah.
how they just like just do things.
And the
just
homie-
in our country, like
the homie
okay,
D-
we do this. Or do
yeah.
you have enough money to pay for the patent or whatever you have to do? You know, and then there you go, bloop. Now everybody grew up on GMOs.
see, that's why my whole thing has always been, I was like, if aliens come here, bro, I would just want to become friends with them. I'd be like, look, if I have a stomach problem, like, you think you could ET this shit and like, like fucking do the glowing finger shit, point at my stomach, fix it, because those fools have to have some kind of power, dog.
For
Maybe
sure.
that's what he was doing. I mean, They say dogs can smell like sicknesses. I don't know if you guys have heard that.
Yeah. They're called alert dogs.
Yeah.
They can smell you like when your sugar's too high, like for diabetic
That's
people.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And for seizures too. If you have like,
But
a person who
I'm
has
sure
seizures.
Someone's like, how can we teach a dog to check out for prostate cancer?
No.
Smelling your asshole, everyone's gotta smell your asshole.
Hey, but what I was saying, I was like, they should, like, if those dogs were called something else, like something more offensive to like work, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit would probably, like, people would be like less likely to get them and take advantage of wanting to get one and being okay with being fat. Like if they call them like, hey, lose some weight, fat ass dogs. Like for some people, like they would probably be like, hey man, like you're right. This dog is called the lose some weight, fat ass dog instead of a therapy dog. I do need to lose some weight.
Yeah.
Because I feel like doctors before, bro, like think about it, bro. Like I want a doctor to tell me the truth, bro.
Yes.
Like a doctor should really tell you, like, hey, fat ass, you got high blood pressure. What are you eating? El Pastor 3 times a day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you need
Yes.
to hear that shit,
You
bro.
do.
Like your doctor needs to tell you,
That's fat shaming.
hey, like
you're not allowed to fat shame.
yeah, bro, but your doctor needs to tell you, like, hey,
So your doctor
if
should
you
be
keep
allowed.
going
That's
like
the only
this,
person that should be allowed to fat shame is your doctor.
it's his job, fool.
Everyone. Because when you're telling somebody that they're overweight or that they're sick or that they're been depressed for too long, you know, it's because you care about their well-being. It's not because you're trying to hurt them. And I feel like that's like a lost language in our society. It's crazy. Everybody just wants you to say, "Oh yeah, you're right, you're fine. Everything's good. Don't change anything about you. You're the best, king. You're no change nothing." Like that's such a toxic way to live. Like you are not.
There's no
we're not the
accountability
best
in that
versions
method.
of ourselves. Exactly. It's terrible, and that's why so many people are sick in our country.
And
Like,
it's,
so
you
like
see,
Lizzo,
look, there's supposed to be accountability for all these decisions, bro. Like some of these, so that accountability used to hit in different ways.
Yeah.
Maybe some of these fat people got a heart attack. Some of them got fat shamed. Some of them, their partner left them. Whatever it was, that was some kind of accountability that made these people made a transformation. But now it's become so accepted where it's like there's a lane for everybody, and if there's not a lane, then you're against us. Or you're against them. And then it's like, hey bro, like I'm
You're
just trying to look out for you, homie. Like I don't need my friend to die at fucking 42 because you didn't know how to stop eating tacos. You're just gonna big pun it to just you die.
See, but
Amen.
You brought up heart attack, and I was telling Ray, I was like, look, the Lizzo thing, we all feel like we're haters, but the thing is, when she gets sick, she's got money to go to doctors, and she's telling other fat people to stay fat, no problem. But they're on our fucking welfare or our tax money.
Yeah.
And eventually, they don't have money for that. Like, you're going to get lucky to be able to get a lipo mañana. Lizzo wants a lipo, she gets it tomorrow.
Yeah, and also it's funny when people reference her. They're like, "Oh, I could be fat because Lizzo's fat and blah blah." But it's like
that's not an excuse,
Wait,
yo.
no,
Like,
but Lizzo has a personal trainer and she's trying to lose weight. You know,
She's, like, healthy
it's not
fat.
like she's like, "Oh, I love being fat." Like, you know, like she's trying to lose weight. She's said it before. So it's funny when people reference that. Yeah, I think it's unfortunate that we're now have entered this generation where we're enabling people instead of calling people out and trying to help
holding them accountable.
Yeah.
And then it's like even some of these people, like when you're held accountable by life's rules, which for example would be like, hey bro, I guess you kept on being diabetic till you lost your legs, and now you're an advocate for like people who have lost their legs because of diabetes. Like, hey bro, like you should fucking be an advocate for people to prevent this shit from now on. Like, don't make an excuse or a help group for this bad behavior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's almost the not the equivalent, but that's like if a group of like, hey man, well they got like women that have been beat help clubs. Let's make a club for the men that have been through it too. Like you just can't reward or like encourage that kind of shit. Like, yes, it happens. Yes, it's a part of life, unfortunately, but you're gonna have to correct it somehow. And yes, the correcting it way has to be tough love, bro. There's no more tough love in this day and age, bro. Like that's why a lot of kids, bro, they grow up like feeling like they can't deal with their problems without hurting themselves, bro. When in reality, like, hey, bro, like shame was a part of life, bro. Even like shame's always been like it's bittersweet.
Yeah.
It teaches you a thing. Every time you experience shame, every time you experience like embarrassment, like, and then now you can't live in a world without embarrassment.
Yeah.
Or any sense of accountability for that kind of behavior.
Yeah. It's like as if I was smoking crack, you know, and then I'm like, oh, everybody's calling me bad and talking bad that I'm smoking crack, but I'm okay. And then I get a bunch of people to smoke crack with me, and everybody's smoking crack, and we're the crack gang, and we're fine, or, you know. It's like, it's an addiction. Like the food is an addiction, you know. It's exactly a comparison to any drug. Like It's an addiction. If somebody is obese, it's because they have an addiction to food and they need to treat the addiction. It shouldn't be celebrated. Just like smoking crack is not celebrated. We shouldn't be
like fools were not showing up to Chris Farley shows saying like, "Hey, we're fat too." Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there was fat fools there, but there was not fools like, "Hey, we were Chris Farley fans. Can't you tell?" Dude, and
and it made him look funny.
Yeah.
You know, now it's like, oh, it's not just regular. You know, but it shouldn't be.
Like, I hate when people get mad at what's his name, Jonah Hill. The only reason, the only like they get mad at him. It's like, look at him. He didn't want to be fucking talented no more. He lost all that weight. I'm like, bro, like he was fat, bro. Like, you don't think he probably had like felt insecure?
Yeah.
Like maybe the reason he fucking said those things to his girlfriend was because of his insecurities from being fat. He never fucking felt like, hey man, like I got validated, like because of my appearance. So now I don't know how to deal with this shit, and I'm going through these changes. Like, bro, all that shit. It's mental and physical, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you from like the mind in the mouth of a person who has like, I didn't come to be comfortable in my own skin till like later in life, bro. Like all my life I was so fucking insecure about a lot of shit. And now that I look at it, I was like, that was so stupid. Yeah, like I'm like, that was so fucking stupid. Like I have a beautiful partner. You know what I mean? Like I have a what is it? Like, you know, like I have a great life. Like the judgment free, like, and if the people that want to judge, I can easily move the fuck out the way and keep on moving in my life.
And the same thing happened to Adele too when she lost weight. Everybody was mad, and Big Boy too. Everybody was like, "Oh, he's not funny."
I don't know, but for Big Boy, I was just like, good for him.
Yeah,
yeah, like I didn't.
I think it's great.
Yeah, like I wasn't angry at Big Boy. I was like, go ahead, man.
Be angry at somebody getting healthy, like that's so toxic. Our society is crazy.
I never thought Adele was that fat.
Maybe his name should change. Like I don't like Lil Xan because I'm like, you don't do Xans no more. Take that Xan out of that question.
He is. His name is Diego now.
Oh, no one calls him Lil Xan. Like on Instagram, he's still Lil Xan.
He starts every interview with like, "Hey man, like I now go by Diego."
So he's Latino?
Yeah, he speaks Spanish.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, he speaks fucking Spanish. That shit was fucking funny. I was like, bro, you're like my little white cousin or some shit.
Yeah,
bro.
I thought
like,
he was white. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like, yeah, like there's.
I like him a little more. No.
I just like I don't think he like understands it or like speaks it.
Okay.
Yeah. But like,
okay. People say raza hates on raza, but not all the time. Like right now, instantly you heard he was Mexican. You're like, well, I guess I like his song a little bit more. I don't think
that's because I'm not a hater.
I know, but I don't think that's always true.
No, it's definitely not always true.
Yeah, because I'm like that.
Yeah.
Like in boxing.
Yeah.
That fool's Mexican. No offense to any other race.
Yeah.
I don't care how many times you're the champ. I don't care about the homie's the underdog. I always go Mexican.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like how it should be in the community, bro. Because that's really like how like. Whenever you go to like an Asian artist concert or like even like a Filipino person, these motherfuckers ride hard. Like Bruno Mars and Manny Pacquiao don't get to be big time superstars because these motherfuckers like have such great music or they're great fighters. Yeah, it's cool that they're recognized because of that too. But in that community, bro, like motherfuckers would be like, oh, Pacquiao's fighting, let's go. You know what I mean? Like he's Filipino, let's go.
Yeah.
And then motherfuckers are there, bro.
I remember Yao Ming.
Yeah, remember how many Asian people would go to the porn games?
China went crazy when they got Yao Ming. He was the first fucking
China.
He was the first NBA player.
China.
That was wild.
Yeah, I was like, that's fucking sick. And Asian foods party too, man. Asian foods are fun to like kick it. Like
you haven't been to a rave, dog. They do drugs.
Oh yeah,
hard. They roll balls. Asians don't fuck around when it comes to drugs. Yeah, it's the rare ones, but when you find them, you'll find them like.
Nah, what do you mean?
They're chilling shit on the floor. They're rolling balls, and you try to help them, and their friends like, that's him. You're like, you just keep walking. Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. Were you ever a rave person?
Fuck yeah, for sure. My rave name was Reverie.
Oh, that's just dope.
Ravery.
Yeah, I was super into raves. I listen to a lot of EDM to this day. Like mostly I listen to deep house.
That's one thing I never would have thought about you.
I know when people see pictures of me like on my rave days, they're like, "What the hell?"
Now that you say that, I gotta see you and Dioro mix. You know who Dioro is?
No.
Oh, he's an EDM rapper, but he does he got like a song con Tigres Norte. Like I go to shows because he puts on Mexicans in between the EDM, so Raza, it feels like a quinceañera but like times 10.
Cool, yeah.
So it's pretty lit, and he does songs with rappers.
Okay.
He mixes it in. He did song with Tigres del Norte, Eddie Zuko. So he like mixes around. I was like, hopefully he listens to this. He's like, yo, and I was like, do a little EDM thing.
Yeah, that's something that you could with such a versatile like I guess discography that you have, you can hit up like a lot of those DJs that do like those EDM mixes, because some of the stuff that you do, like you're singing, and some of the stuff you're like going hard and talking shit, and so like there's so many ways that you can go ahead and do it, because he's like a big EDM guy. Like
her vocals,
I am not at that at all. Like
her vocals with like a Romy beat.
Yeah,
you know how Romy has yeah, that would be a dope. I'll see if I can work that out. That'd be dope.
Yeah,
a
send
little
me their
song.
stuff.
Yeah,
I'd love to
they're
hear
pretty.
it.
Yeah, they got a following, so I think it'd be kind of like a cool little mix.
Yeah,
that fool's
cool.
that fool's like one of those fools that he's like young and like on the rise. I was like, bro, like for him to make like he makes like, it's not just like he makes these sounds from scratch, and it's like, you know how like,
that's cool.
yeah, like, and I'm like, bro, how do you do this shit? You know, he's like a homie that's been here a couple of times, but when he like presents it in front of a crowd, like I'm like, that shit is banging.
That's cool.
It's like that's the ultimate test. Like when you see somebody that's in the performing arts, it's like, how does the crowd react to this shit? Like whenever you get on stage, even when you go like overseas, like I'm like, hey man, these motherfuckers are out here like fucking with her shit.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a really good live performer. I always tell people, like, if you like the music, you gotta see me perform. Like, I'm so good.
You know who loves you? R.A.
Ari the Rugged Man?
Yeah, he made me drive you to one of your shows. And you had to remember that, but I also interviewed on Wake the Flock Up. I used to do that. I used to take pictures for that guy. So I've known you a while, and he told me, he literally like, I was like, where do you want to go? He's like, we're going here. And I was like, I already knew. I was like, dope. And it was a very small show. I don't know if you remember saying what's up to him. We went upstairs. It was Ari the Rugged Man, and he said, what's up to you? And introduced yourself, and then you performed that day. It was a small show, and right here by like the coin op right here, small show in the cut.
Oh, was it like recently, like during COVID? No.
Like
wait, he was
COVID.
performing or I was performing?
You were performing, and he just came to say what's up.
I don't know. I've done so many shows.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what? I've done a lot of work with
But what
him.
I was trying to say was such a small venue, and you fucking still killed it. And people were there, and I was like, I had never seen you perform. And he's like, we got to go see this. And he said, what's up?
That's
and
cool.
it was like, you small little venue is dope. Yeah.
You got to see me perform now, though, because that was a while ago, because I don't remember it. I'm really good. Yeah. Really good live. Like, way better than that. Yeah. Because I tour so much.
What's your biggest crowd you've done?
I kind of forgot, but I think it was like 8,000.
Damn,
it was
sick.
Big. I was like, oh my God.
Where was this at?
It was in Germany. It was last year, actually. Yeah. It was crazy.
8,000, dude. That's a lot of fucking people, dog.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy.
That's crazy. The scenes in Germany, like they have those big festivals. Like when Cypress be doing shit out there, like I'll be like, yo, is this like modern Woodstock type of big festivals? And big campos and shit, bro. Like big ass fields.
They have dope festivals out there in Europe. Really, really dope hip hop ones. Yeah.
Like multiple days and shit too. I like those, like the idea when you go to, you're like, man, I could probably just do like 2 days tops, and then be like, hey man, I need to go back to the hotel. Like especially like now you're at an age where you're like sober, you're just like, all I could do is drink. Yeah, we got about a day and a half. Let's yeah. Yeah,
sure,
yeah, like my feet finna hurt, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I think about when I was like 21, I went to EDC in Las Vegas when they started having out there, and I went for 3 days.
Yeah, I still do that.
Yeah, oh my God, I
just did that last year. I just paid for my
check engine light's gonna come on.
I know. Once you turn 33.
It's been on, dog. It's on. The other day my back was hurting for no reason.
You gotta go to the chiropractor.
Oh, that's your body saying happy birthday. You're almost 30. Yeah.
It's true.
You better start buying BioFreeze. Spray that shit on your back.
No, yeah. There's no more like real pregame. Like I like the pregame is like when I get in the Uber, and that's like the pregame. Before it was like pregame. Before it was like I wake up and start pregame. You know? Yeah. Hell no. I can wait till I get in the Uber.
Oh my God.
Rev, these songs, like sometimes when you make like albums that are very like emotional, or when like you talk about certain like when you're like I miss you or certain thing like that, like are these songs that you have written before? Or are these like stuff that you are like currently, because I've known you for a while, but I've never seen you out with like a boyfriend or a significant other. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so I'm like, like, how long have you written some of these songs? I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, is everything okay? Sometimes when I hear these songs, I feel like
Taylor Swift over here.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely not Taylor Swift.
No, I'm joking.
But you know what? I often take a long time to release songs. So if you hear a song today, it could be 3 years old. So,
okay.
I'm actually right now currently working on releasing all the music I have stacked up, so that when you hear my album, you know I made it within the last year. So that's
Okay.
fresh. Because I have 14 albums out right now, okay? So like I have so much more music to put out that I'm just holding on to for whatever reason, because I'm unorganized and I'm overwhelmed by my career.
Yeah.
That's why, you know. And I'm also still indie. I'm not with a record label. I don't have a record deal, nothing like that.
Never? No, that's never happening?
No.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm indie
you hear
all the
that?
way.
Never happening. Don't hit her in the DMs. Leave her alone.
Yeah, I'm
I don't know, cause send her an offer. I'm over here. I was like, don't plug this shit up. Send her an offer. Like,
yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm definitely not mad at it. I just never been approached with a record deal. Like I have not. And it's funny how people perceive me. Like people will literally tell me, "Oh, you're probably turned down record deals all the time, huh?" I'm like, I've never been approached with a record deal. Like, I don't know what it is.
sometimes I feel like it's maybe discouraging to like record labels, because you have everything going on for yourself. Like there's nothing they could do. Like they can't build you a gift shop and be like, this is now the Reverie gift shop. Look what we're doing for you now. You have Satori Mob. You have all this. That's what I'm saying. Like you're like I would say like maybe it's in the record label was like, fuck, like she has more of the footwork done, where we're like, fuck, we're gonna have to really cough up some major money, and it's not gonna be like, they can't use it as like, hey, like she's working for us type of shit. Like we're working for her type of deal.
Nowadays, they actually do want people like that. Not for every artist, but they actually are trying to swoop up on people who are building their own thing, because they do know how to make money off the music, you know. But I don't know why.
But they probably get them to play ball. You know what I mean? Like there's probably little like things here and there.
I mean, believe me, I would play ball.
Yeah.
If they put a couple $1 million on the table, you know, and like I would definitely play ball. Like I would do what I had to do. If they say wear blue, I'm gonna have to wear blue. You know, like I'm just trying to, because the thing that a record deal would give me would be that huge finance. You know, like I'm doing everything out of my own pocket. Like that's crazy. That's really hard for most people to do. You know, so yeah, I don't know. I've never been approached. I don't know what it is. Also, I'm Latina and I'm a rapper, and it's not. Like right now, it's coming closer to the time where that's like more of a possible thing for like to be major, you know. But it's still like
I mean,
what?
Snow the product. I mean, she's like getting like, she was on the radio, right?
She was on the radio, but she hasn't been on the radio consistently. And I was just gonna reference her. She's the one that's the closest to that shit right now.
It's closest.
She has been on the radio, and it's fucking badass.
It was dope.
She's a badass. She's Snow's.
You're friends with her, right?
We're not friends, but I've met her a few times, you know, and we're cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say she's my bestie, you know, but she's definitely cool. I'll give her props for sure.
Have you ever worked with her?
I have not worked with her. I've done a show with her once, but it was a long time ago.
So no track.
No track.
That would sound hard.
Not yet.
If I had.
We've talked about making one, but it just hasn't happened yet.
Well, it's the universe is listening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Let's make a song, Snow. For sure. Yeah, but a lot of my music is old. I put out music and it's old. Like I'm dropping a song tonight and it's old as well. And it's actually a love song.
Where are you dropping it? Maybe
now, when you release these love songs, like what's the like? Cause there's some people that probably like overanalyze this shit. Like, do you ever get somebody be like, "Hey, I heard you like Purple Flowers, so I brought them to you at your show. Can I get at you?" Like, how do you deal with that? Cause I imagine you do get like, you probably do, you know, you get a lot of people trying to approach you, and then because you're very like, you managed to separate both of those lives. Like I said, like I've never seen you out with like, or like your significant other. You know,
I'm very private with my dating life, but I've been single for 5 years.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
For 5 years?
For 5 years, yeah.
Is that just because like you're just like too busy, or
I just haven't found somebody that it's worked out with yet, and that's like, I want to get married and have kids. Like that's in my plan. Like that's what I'm going to do, and so, and then that also keeps me like, I have a lot of alone time, and like it's hard to find because people assume like, oh, just because I'm pretty, I could find like a man, like it's this easy thing to do. Like
half the work is done already.
Yeah. But and it's like, I know I am pretty. I know men do value how you look, obviously, but it's like I could have a new boyfriend every day if I wanted, but it's not gonna be like a quality man, And a lot of quality men are they're married already, and I'm 33, so it's like, the older we're getting, more people are married. But I have faith, and I'm just gonna keep working on myself.
I know you get
why you making it sound like you're 40
like
or like
25-year-old in there saying what's up?
I mean,
but a 25-year-old is most likely not gonna be a good husband.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I'm trying to get married and have kids. Like I'm not into like casual sex with people and like hooking up with random people all the time. Like that's not my thing. I don't like that. So I have a lot of alone time. But that's okay because I like myself.
But
I'm
that's
fine,
that you know what, that at the same time, because you carry yourself like that, it probably allows you to, like, whenever you get or are trying to get involved with somebody, like, you're like, hey, cabron, the fucking line is right here, and I'm to let you know from the beginning, don't cross it, because this is how this game works.
Yeah.
If that's cool, that's cool, and if it's not, it's not. Because I had to deal with that, like myself, like with my lady, like I had to like learn that like a certain boundaries, because I was used to such a free lifestyle, you know, just like, oh, I don't care, vamos aquí, vamos allá, like no me importa, like a perro, just going out there. Yeah, and then it's like I had to really learn all these things, because this is like, my lady was something that I wasn't used to, and then I was like, oh, okay, this is, everything is changing, and this is why this one's special. Yeah. So it's like, congratulations to you for actually holding yourself like that, because I didn't know that about you, because that actually makes, like, honestly, like, I want to say it makes a woman more valuable, because she's not gonna come at you with some shit. Yeah. But she's gonna call you on your shit. Yeah. Best believe that. You know what I mean? Because she's been through it already. So yeah, that's dope. I mean, so what do you want out of like a partner? Like, especially because you've been alone, like, for like, you know, obviously by choice for such a while. Like, what do you expect out of a partner? Well, I do, like I said, want to get married and have kids. And the reason I have also held off on being in a relationship and having kids is because I want to raise my kids in a peaceful, healthy environment. So that means that I can't have kids with a guy that's not stable, you know, in many ways, you know, stable mentally, stable emotionally, stable financially, you know, like I want to give my kids a comfortable life, and I don't want there to be yelling in the household and hitting and name calling, you know. And so that's what I'm looking for in a partner. I'm looking for somebody that's stable in all areas, and somebody that I guess has like similar values as me, you know. And I mean, yeah, I'm really just looking for somebody that's gonna be a good partner and a good father, a good example. Yeah. Somebody who will help me model healthy love to my kids, to our kids, you know. Yeah. How many kids do you want? Maybe like 2 or 3. Yeah, when you said I was like, damn. I was like, am I gonna get an honest answer? I thought she was gonna say one. I thought she was gonna say one. So I like when she said I was like, she's gonna say something crazy like 4 or 5. You know, because I'm not opposed to having more if the guy really wants to have like 5 kids. He wants to be super dad. I think the most I could have is like 4. You know, like. But also, like, if I was with the guy who already had kids, then I wouldn't need to have so many either. Yeah. You know, like, I don't mind if somebody already has kids. To me, three is the max, because like I'm not trying to get an SUV. I just want to, dude. Like I don't need to be like, yo, you have to fucking SUV, bro, because your friends coming. Hey, you don't want to get a van. You don't want 3. That's it. 3. I could trade. And that's maybe 4, because you know how they have the middle one. You'll still need a minivan with 3. And their friends, soccer teams. An SUV is a cool dad, bro. Like, but like a van, that's a soccer dad right there, bro. Like, that's like a dad knows that he's dealing with hot Cheeto fingers, stickers on the window. Yeah, that's true. Stickers on the window. Yeah, like stickers on the window. Yo, oh my God, that shit. I feel like throwing up when I see that shit. Me too. Like when I see stickers on the window, oh my God, like I would lose it. But me too. What about my kid got perfect attendance at Martin Luther Elementary? Are you putting that little sticker in the back of your car? No. Right? And I can we can hang it on the refrigerator for sure. You know, it is not going on the back of my. I'm shouting it out on my Instagram to my close friends. That's I would be like on my stories. On my story, best you can do. People pay money for this, son. I was like, look, this is how much I love you. Giving away a $800 post for your ass. Like, come on, man. Yeah, I definitely want to have kids, but that generation for sure would appreciate that. But I don't know, man. I'm scared. Boys or girls? Or I didn't matter at all. I would be down for. I really love when people say healthy. When one person says just healthy. Yeah, healthy. Yeah, I just want my kids to be healthy and happy, and I don't want them to have to go through what I went through. That's all I know. You know, like, but yeah, what are the girls? Doesn't matter. I mean, one of each would be cool. Yeah, but whatever, you know. I want 1-on-1, and if I can pick, I just want the boy so he can be like the female. But
Atiende. Because that's how I grew up. It was 1-on-1. It was almost uno.
okay.
Wait, would you,
I want the same the same. I think
Xavier,
my
would you
parents
get
got.
mad?
That
Would you
must
get
be
mad
nice.
if you're? Would you get? No, I'm not. No, you don't even know what I'm gonna ask you. Damn, bro.
He thought you were gonna say he had a girl.
Yeah.
Right.
No, he knew what I was. He knew what he thought I was gonna ask him, but I wasn't gonna ask you that. I was saying, I'm like, you just want to have a boy just so you can see him be like, oh yeah, he's bringing home the girls. I'm like, bro, but what if he fucking doesn't? He's not one of those fools. What if this
I
was
don't
like?
care as long as this fool brings something to the house. A lot of it. Just bring a lot of shit in the house. Whatever, boy. Just bring it. So I can be like, look, he's gay, but he gets it.
Like you're. Oh my god! Yeah, fuck it.
He's gay, but he has boyfriends.
I mean, there was a little mix up in the gene, but that player gene's there though. You know, that's all I care. That player gene, dog.
Damn, it's so toxic, bro.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell
That
my
is
dad.
so toxic.
My dad be like, pinche maricón. I was like, what, Dad? The player gene is going though, dog. Why you tripping?
Hey, what do you call it?
Oh my
Instead of mujerero, it's hombreriero.
Hombreriego, whatever, dog.
Yeah.
Change the word.
What do you call that though, bro? There's not a term for that.
Un pirujo.
No, piruja.
Pirujo.
No, it's
Pirujo y
it's
piruja.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
pirujo.
that's only for like what do you? I've only heard like chapinas say that shit, like Guatemalan foods.
Yeah.
Like, but there's got to be a term. Like, is there a term for like because what the term that you used was like a Mexican term, no?
Pirujo?
No, the one before that.
What?
You said mujeriego.
Oh, mujeriego. Yeah, mujeriego. Yeah.
Yeah, mujeriego. So it's like what's the female version of that?
Mujeriega? Oh, it doesn't work.
Nah, it doesn't work. I don't even think that's the real word.
It starts with the P, puta. That's usually what they call them. Like,
That's like, hey, bro, you're like a lady of the night or like a loose chick, maybe.
See, is there?
But like there's mujeriero is like a player, bro. So I'm like, there's girls as players too. They're so like, especially now, like, so there's got to be a term for that.
I'm thinking. I don't think there is.
Wait, what are you guys describing? A gay player? A guy?
No, he's
gay?
asking me if
Okay,
there's
so
a girl
like
for
a word
female player.
mujeriero is
there a
like, you know,
female-
like-
is there a Mexican word for female player? Because there's
Like some
I
moms
don't
will be
know.
like,
I
oh,
don't
tu
even know
papá era
that
muy mujeriero. Like, you know, it'd be like meaning like he used to be like a ladies man or like just out here being a player.
like bad bitch. I consider that girl just a promiscuous bitch. She's like, oh, I'm a bad bitch. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
A bad bitch.
there's a lot of terms for it. You know what I mean?
Wait, you called me a bad bitch
No,
earlier.
not with you. I said there's a lot of terms with it.
Wait a minute.
There's a lot of terms
Now
with
you don't
it.
like us. Now you don't like
I call
us.
my chick sometimes a bad bitch. I call my own chick sometimes a bad bitch.
This will be
I'm
the
like,
fifth time you get socked on this show. I was getting ramped up. I was like, it's gonna happen. I was like, yes.
Oh my god.
No, but that term does sometimes come up there because I mean you've seen him on that whatever podcast. He has what's considered bad bitches, and they're all bad bitches in that podcast.
Whatever podcast? No.
Never seen it. It's this guy, Christian guy that has like escorts and OnlyFans and just girls.
He's
that
Christian though.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, he's super Christian. That's why he had Candace Owens on. And
Oh,
Candace,
the white guy?
Yeah, and white guy.
And it's like a black and white background?
Yeah, it's white, and he has like a category of chicks. You've seen it on
Yeah,
Instagram.
I think so, yeah. What's it called again?
whatever podcast or something
Whatever,
like that.
okay. I like
Does
Candace
this
Owens.
guy
I'm
does
a
this guy
fan.
look kind of Asian?
No, he's super white.
No,
dog.
he looks white. If it's
Gringo,
white.
gringo. Yeah. And he sits there and he just he's kind of roasting them, but
Yeah.
they roast themselves is the funny thing at the end of
Well,
the
they
day.
do roast themselves.
Yeah.
The clips I've seen, a lot of those girls that he puts on the show are not very intelligent.
Yeah.
Other than they know maybe how to make money, which that's great, you know, if that's all you value. But then you could get made fun of when you go to an intellectual person on
That's what they
online.
that's what they don't understand. It's like do
Yeah.
your thing, don't show up there because this guy he's ready for it.
Yeah, but they know that they'll just get more subscribers,
Thousands, dude.
whether they're smarter or not.
Yeah, no, you're completely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's guys watch that podcast.
That's kind of like when they have those shows or those panels when they have a lot of like those chicks that are like they have those like sex work or stuff like that. They'll mix them up and then they'll have one and they'll be like, oh yeah, we're out here repping, which they know that like, hey, this is like one that's smarter than all the other ones, and then they won't ask her a lot of questions because they know.
Oh,
Like I've seen
that
panels
makes
like that
sense.
where
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they'll have like 6 of the like there'll be 7 girls, but like 5 of them are like chicks that are like, hey, look at my tits, look at this. Like they're very like all about like just like the bells and whistles per se. But then when they ask they'll ask those girls the intellectual questions, and then they'll ask like the girls that are like that they know they're smart chicks or smarter. the questions that are like, hey man, don't ask me a stupid question. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you asking me like?
Okay, yeah.
Why are you asking me like what kind of guys I like when I got a fucking degree, bitch? Like, you know what I mean? Like, ask the girl that's still fucking out here doing this shit. Like, like she told you she sees multiple guys a week. Why don't you ask her, bitch? Yeah. No, I've seen that before. Like how they deal with those panels.
There's some funny clips on shows like that.
Funny clips, yeah.
It's like,
and that's the worst part is like I just feel bad for him because I'm like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, but also the girls knew, you know, like if they just took a podcast offer without watching it, like they deserve it. And then if they did take it and they watched it, like they knew what they were getting into, you know.
Like the last one, the last one he had on, he had a real like the Bunny Ranch. She worked at the Bunny Ranch and shit like that, and she came on and started talking about how she like fucks 10 dudes a day.
Okay.
And all I thought about, I was like,
a prostitute, right?
Yeah, no, she claimed, no, she's
a legit prostitute.
Okay.
When you work at the Bunny Ranch, that's like legit.
Yeah. And
you get health
right?
You get health benefits and all that shit.
And all I thought about now was like, oh, you just increased that to 15 or your price just went up. She's kind of hot. She was está bonita. I mean, and I was looking at like, now you said they're not dumb. They also know that they can go and get fools and be like, look, now I got a better category.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
guys don't care if you're stupid. Guys don't care if you're stupid.
I mean, because a lot of guys, they don't view sex like as an intimate thing, like how most women do. Not all women, but a lot of women want like emotional connection, you know. But guys, I feel like you guys just see women as more like of an experience sometimes. Like when you get a massage. Like when I get a massage, like there's no connection with the person who's giving me the massage. They're just like, you know, making me feel good and relieving the pressure. I feel like it's kind of like that with like prostitution or even just with one night stands or like flings, you know, like it's just an experience. It's not necessarily like a connection for the man. Right? Am I right?
Yeah, no, you know, yeah,
Is that a good way to describe it?
No,
you're like kind of like spot on. There's no really there's like especially like a lot when you're being like unfaithful and stuff like that. It's like a lot of like the women usually takes it like very personal because she thinks you develop what you have with her. Yeah. And threw it away and just had this going on with this other person the whole time. But in reality, you're just like, hey, I'm just satisfying the needs of the flesh. Yeah. And like even like in some cultures, bro, like I know I reference a lot of Japanese things back, but in Japan, food, that's what I'm telling you. I know you love it there because it's very toxic for you.
I saw the video.
All right, no, but yeah, look, he knows. So out there, like like women, they'll ask them, and it's very common because you know prostitution is like it was like a legit thing out there. They don't consider,
the geishas and stuff,
yeah, they don't consider if you're married out there, if you go cheat on your wife, if you do it with a prostitute. Okay. Because there's no connection there. It's they shun you if you go cheat on your wife with a girlfriend.
Like a mistress.
Yeah, like a side piece where you're like, oh, look, I took her to the game and this is what I do with you type of shit. Yeah. But like, yeah, it's crazy. Like I want to say like a good 80% of the standards out there, like that's the get down. They're like, yeah, if you cheat with a prostitute, like you just want to go see a massage therapist. Interesting. It's crazy, but that's a traditional type of a get down. I'm like, I don't think that would ever work in America.
Okay, I have to remember that when I date a Japanese guy. I never have dated an Asian guy, but I would.
You would?
Yeah.
I mean, your clothing line is what is it? Is it Japanese? A Japanese word?
Satori. It's Japanese.
What made you have that? Like, are you big into the Japanese culture? Because I love Japanese shit, and like I couldn't wait to go back there. Big Pokemon fan, all this. The whole reason I went over there was just because I wanted to go experience all my childish shit that I liked out there, and I loved it so much. Going again next year.
No, he loves it so much. He wants to adopt a Japanese kid so
I can have citizenship.
So he can have citizenship, and one day open a restaurant out there and make pupusas. Like literally, he has.
Yeah. I would try pupusas first, and then I would be like, all right, if that didn't work out, we're gonna open up a marisco spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be fire. They got the best fish, huh?
They do have the best fish. I went there for the first time, my only time in November last year. Oh my God.
Is it life changing? Can you talk about the toilets? Because he won't shut the fuck up about
it. The toilets were the best shit in the world, dude.
They're hot. You sit down in the middle of the night when it's freezing and you're like, what, like, you know, like in your pajamas.
That's service.
And then you sit down in the toilet and it doesn't freeze your ass. You know when you're like half asleep and you sit in the toilet.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like it's nice and warm.
No, because he came back and like he's like, bro, like the
dude,
I own a house, the first remodel.
When I buy my house, dude, and like you know up in the foothills, dog, for sure. First thing that I'm gonna do.
You know, you could get that on Amazon. It's like an attachment.
Yeah, I don't know. I know
the bidet.
No, the bidet. I know, and I've also seen too, like Yeah, I seen that they have like toilets that like they have the body of it and it's like the whole get down, but it still fits on a regular traditional thing. It just has the bells and whistles. But nah, I want them to fucking switch my.
It's either all or nothing with this motherfucker. I told you. Dude.
I want them to go and I want to see like, hey, the drains. I need you to take all these shits out, put new tubes in there, because I want to have the Japanese experience at home, so I don't have to wait a whole nother fucking year to go back to the homeland and fucking experience it over there.
It was. Oh my god! Did you use some toilets where there was music?
Yeah,
playing?
yo, where you? And
he told us he was going to places to go to the toilet. He was like, I went to Burger King just to use the shitter, dude.
That's so
First of all,
funny.
I did not go to the Burger King one. I went to the McDonald's one out there just because I knew, and I was like, damn, McDonald's is balling out here. I was like, this is legit. But even like, bro, even their Best Buy, which was a Shibuya, like what is it, like the electronic district?
Oh, Shibuya.
Yeah, I was going through all those stores, and I was like, all right, let's go into this Best Buy. And I was like, I was all drinking water, going to a vending machine.
Oh my god.
Let me just go. And I was like, they really value their privacy out here. Like,
the doors are like doors. Like here, there's like see-through. You could see the person in
like
if
a
you want
prison.
to.
Like prison. We're treated like prison. When he told me that, I was like, we are prisons. Even though I like it because you can hand the Coke sack out, you know. But other than that, I want a door. You know. Yeah. Other than that, he told me he's like
closed off door. Like nobody's gonna hear you or see you or smell you. Nothing. It has the music. The first time I used the bathroom was when we touched down at the airport, and I was using the bathroom, and I was like, "What the hell?"
That shit greets you and shit.
Yeah. I was like, "Are they playing like birds chirping on the stereo?" And then it stopped when I came out of the stall, and I was like, "What the hell?" I swear I was hearing like bird chirping music. I had to go back in the restroom, and it stops when you close the door, and then when you open the door and go back in, it starts again. The birds are chirping, like, I swear.
And you can go really loud. That way, in case you, like, you know, you got stomach problems and you just, like, you really got to go. And you just, like, hey, bro,
when I was a kid, I would always just
yeah, bro, can
I get a courtesy flush? I would just yell at someone in the toilet when I was a kid, right before I left. Just being an asshole. Making that person uncomfortable. For no reason, dude. Like,
when
being
they're
a
already
piece
uncomfortable
of shit.
trying to shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, God damn, can I get a courtesy flush?
You couldn't make me uncomfortable in a Japanese toilet if you tried.
Exactly. That's cool. Like, you can't fuck with my shit.
Yeah, literally. No pun intended.
Bro, remember that story when I told you when I was feeling sick after going to that immersive museum because I was just like fucking just like feeling ill, like just because honestly I had the worst, and I've talked about this openly because I haven't stopped smoking since I was 18 till I went to Japan. I didn't fuck around and take nothing.
Oh shit, because they're super strict.
Yeah, they're super strict. So I was like, that was like the only time I've actually had a detox.
Oh my god, that's funny. But some of my friends that went to Japan, they said the same thing because they all smoke.
And I had the craziest withdrawals because I had not stopped using, you know, consistently. So like I was having like heavy basketball diaries withdrawal where I was like, oh, it's too hot at night. Oh, it's too cold. And then I would wake up and look at it and just be like, oh, we're eating breakfast. Hold on. Just. It was bad.
Yeah, you would throw up?
Yeah, I was having like crackhead withdrawals and I'm like, this is weed, what the fuck?
And I bet you were like agitated too, huh?
Not so much agitated, just like more like worried that I'm like, I can't believe this is because of weed. Like, yeah, like, cause I was like, yo, there's no other reason. Cause my girl's like, well, yo, why is our vacation like this? You've been wanting to come here. Why are you getting sick? And I'm like, I wish I fucking knew. I don't fucking know.
That's the dumbest question. People tell you stuff like that. You're like, you think I want to?
Yeah, like you think I want to fucking be up and like. I remember she's like, I know, you cannot resist this. So she ordered a burger, right? This Wagyu burger. And I was like,
oh, it sounds good.
Yeah, like I remember looking at this shit get delivered to the room, like from room service, and I remember like putting my head in front of it and staring at it like with like not even 1 inch or not even one bit of like wants. Like I looked at it with so much like, you piece of shit. So I was and I didn't know it was because of the withdrawals, but when I did get sick out there, the coolest thing about those toilets, bro. So I came out of that immersive museum and I was all like, oh man, I feel sick and I'm trying to find a toilet, but they don't have porta potties out there. So we're by this like soccer field. I see all these like Asian kids, like not kids, they're like youth, fucking 18 to 25. They're playing fucking soccer and it's like a pickup game, and then they're next to a music venue and they're getting ready for a concert. Excuse me. And I walk up to these workers and they're setting everything up, and then I'm just like, hey, what's up? Can you I'm like, can I use the bathroom? They're like, sorry, these ain't open, but they're like, go over there to the right. And I was like, this is a park? Homie, when I tell you that this bathroom was impeccable it's a public park. You
Yeah.
know? Anybody could just go play, like anybody.
Like
the bathrooms.
There wasn't
The
nobody's
bathroom,
number?
Hell
the
no.
bathroom, no, the bathroom had like little roll towels, like it was a hotel.
Whoa,
Like
the soccer field.
The booths were so fucking separate. I'm just like, this is legit. I threw up comfortable as fuck there, bro.
Yeah.
Press the button.
Oh yeah,
Just spit it in
I
your
play.
mouth?
Ah.
Push the Listerine button. In.
That'd be dope.
That would be dope.
If they did have
Not
like a
if it
Listerine
was,
button.
bro. This ain't.
You're
jail.
already there. You're already
I don't-
there. Your
if
face
I'm-
is already
if
on the
I'm-
toilet, zone.
If I'm throwing up, maybe if it had like a throw up
True, his face in
extender,
the toilet.
Yeah, throw up extender.
like a throw up
maybe.
extender, be like, hey, I just threw up on the toilet. Throw up mode, toilet, and then fucking just.
Oh shit.
And that's more for like the Irish, because those fools can drink.
Yeah.
The Irish can handle it though, bro. Like,
and my
don't, like,
siblings, half siblings are
Oh, yeah?
Irish.
yeah.
They can drink.
You grow red hairs too?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not Irish.
Okay.
But there's 8 siblings in my family. So my dad and my mom had 3 kids, and then my dad remarried someone who already had 3 kids. So then there were 6 of us, and then they had 2 kids together.
Oh shit.
There's 8 of us. So 5 of us are half Irish, but not me. Not one of the 5. But so
Damn.
my family drinks
Yeah.
a lot.
A lot of whiskey.
A lot of whiskey. A
Are
lot of whiskey.
you say you're not drinking right now?
No, I haven't drank for 4 months.
What are you drinking on? Are you drinking like regular? Not regularly, but
I think
have
it's
your
water.
drinks?
I drink a little bit. I'm not a big drinker. I definitely used to be, but I'm not really a big drinker anymore. It's just not really my thing anymore.
Yeah.
I've taken breaks of sobriety like several times over the past few years because I have struggled with addiction since I was a kid, and I really wanted to get a hold of it and be able to exist without indulging in alcohol and drugs all the time, because it's pathetic to live like that for me. That's just my personal.
No,
personal
you're
you know?
100% right.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like when the thrill of like doing cocaine, like I got over it, and I was just like, you're just messing up a lot of relationships after 11 p.m. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're texting people, you're just doing fucked up shit, you're making decisions where you're like, you would never do this with a sober mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
true.
then when you realize it, because eventually, you're like, he's having fun, but then you do it for more and longer, and then you start hearing it. It's not until you hear it from somebody that matters, you're like, hey, fool, like, now that I got you on a sober tip, like, did you mean to do that? And not that I was doing fucked up shit, but just
Yeah.
like motherfuckers that know me are just like, hey, bro, like that, we know that's not you. You're just yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember like when you're like the addiction comes from you trying to cover up a void a lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you become addicted to the shovel, and whatever substance that shovel carries, you know what I mean, is the cure temporarily.
Yeah, it's true. So that's why I took breaks over the past few years to learn how to control it. And so, but right now I haven't drank for 4 months because of the stomach condition. But anyways, before I stopped this last time, yeah, I drink a little bit, but not really. It's not really my thing anymore. I don't really like it anymore, really.
What are some of the benefits that you see from it? Because honestly, like a lot of people are like, oh, like not that do I drink a lot, Xavier and Ray?
Yeah.
Quite a bit. I remember there were times.
No, I meant now.
Oh, now? Oh, no, barely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call you still a weekend warrior.
Not even like a full glass, dude.
I call you a weekend warrior.
Yeah.
You're a weekend warrior. We drink 2 or 3 times a week, and you kind of go a little hard.
Not my fault that my team plays twice a week.
See what I mean? See what I mean? Weekend warrior twice
Shout
a
out
week.
to Los Tigres.
Yeah. And,
Oh my
Fuck
God.
Tigres.
yeah. And you don't. And like I said, you don't go too hard. Like I wouldn't say you have a problem, but you do more than the doctor recommends. Like, you know what I mean? How they say one or two glasses of wine. He's on does like 5, 6.
Okay.
But I mean, he is bigger.
Hell yeah,
so it's
especially
okay.
if I'm out having
Yeah,
dinner
yeah.
with my lady.
Yeah.
Be like, just give me the whole bottle. Charge me by the glass, but just bring the bottle. I'll pour myself.
But you're sober
Yeah.
from coke, so.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, I honestly, like, I'll thank you. And the one thing that, it's not that I wanted to stop. I just didn't want to die.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great reason.
Yeah, like,
that's for sure.
yeah.
A lot of the reason why I stopped doing it too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not trying to fucking die. How did Reverie die? Oh, overdose on
Yeah,
coke,
like, you know how-
fentanyl. That's so sad. I'm
And then
not
all-
even out like that. I
and then all-
refuse to give that to my haters.
And then
I
all the
refuse.
people that are gonna show up to your funeral, we miss you. I'm like, I don't want you motherfuckers in there doing coke at my funeral. Like, bitch, like, fuck you. Like, yeah, like for sure, that's what would have happened. Be like, yo, let's hit up his connect.
Like I'm not like I don't want to say like I'm sober because I'm down still, but like I tell him like, and I'm not down like on a random day, but I'm still like,
On
if
last
it's
time,
like
Max. When was the last time?
Well, it's been like 4 or 5 months.
Good for you, dog.
No, that rave was last week, bitch.
No, Coke. We said Coke. I didn't do Coke. I did do fucking other shit.
Molly.
Yeah, but
I mean, you gotta be careful with that shit too. I hope you tested it.
You could get heroin.
Tested everybody.
But
test your strips. There's fentanyl and Molly now too.
Yeah, but I tell them on like
this.
special occasions, like I said, like I don't have papers, but if I ever go to Colombia, I'm gonna try that Coke in Colombia.
You have to. It's for the culture.
That's what I mean, for the culture, for Pablo Escobar.
Culture. That's always my excuse. I always say that now whenever I want to do something funny.
Yeah, and if like for example,
I'll try mescaline in Europe.
See?
Mescaline?
Yeah, that shit
What's
that liquor that makes you hallucinate.
Oh.
Abstinence.
You
can get mescaline in Mexico.
Oh, abstinence.
Yeah, absence. Yeah, that real version. I actually have some at home that I made because I bought the kit at the medieval.
You're making
the medieval fair, right? Like I'm sorry, the Renaissance fair, and I just gotta buy the cheesecloth to drain it, and then I'm gonna bring it and let's do it. That's what we
You're
owe
making
for 300
moonshine?
subscribers. No abstinence. The shit that
So
make.
not doing the LSD no more?
Well, we could do the LSD. I just have to get it from
Both.
I just have to get it from the source, but the LSD spray. But still, I'm just saying abstinence would be cool. Like we could. All we got to do is do like one big shot.
I don't know if I trust you. I don't know if I want to try your first batch of it.
I'll try it before
Sounds
with my
a little
lady.
risky, I'm
Right?
gonna be honest.
Yeah, it sounds like you're over here. How long has it been fermenting for?
Oh, it's in the fridge. It's good. Like I thought.
Let me know how it goes. I'm curious.
I
He's
followed.
like, I'm glad I came on this episode.
Bro, come on, man. I followed all the rules and the shit. I saw what it looked like at the end product, and I was like, "This is it."
Dude, I follow the
like the
rules
picture.
too sometimes, and the IKEA furniture did not come out good.
You can't read certain words, Xavier.
Oh my god.
Let alone pronounce them. Like,
words-
I'm gonna trust you know how to read IKEA fucking
Dude, the word.
instructions.
Have you made furniture from IKEA?
Yeah, it's dude. I'm the
It's
type,
tough, right?
I'm the type of person, bro, that like
Depends what it is.
there's gonna be no IKEA furniture if like by the 80% step there's a big mistake and I have to rearrange everything. Everything's getting karate chopped. like
Yeah,
straight
you know
up.
what? That's happened to me.
I'm
It's
going home with
very
Simpson on this. Fuck this
Yeah.
stupid ass shit out the window. I fucking shoot it 10 times. Just fuck you, stupid ass desk.
It's
Never.
so stressful.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I would,
happened to
and
me.
then the next day, I'm at the fucking the swap meet. ¿Cuánto quiere por esto, doña? 60 por el escritorio, pero es madera de verdad. Real wood. All right, I'll take it for $50. Let me get. Yeah, I'll go buy some old school furniture. Literally, that's what I'd rather do, and not only just because it's better, bro, but like, I just don't want to build this shit, man.
Yeah,
like,
it's annoying.
if I wanted to be a carpenter,
It is
homie,
annoying.
I would have been a carpenter.
Oh, dog. And then you build and then you don't get what you want. One time I ordered, like, you know how you get your first apartment, you got a lot of money, so like, I need a table.
Hell yeah.
I bought this shit on Target.
Yeah.
My dumbass, my dad told me, he's like, why didn't you check the dimensions?
I know at Target. That's
Yeah.
so cute how you were so little, huh?
And he was like,
I
why
can't
didn't
imagine, like you're so young that you buy a furniture at Target.
Yeah, it was online too. And I tried to check the dimensions. My dad was like, you should check the dimensions. I did it.
Oh, yeah.
It shows up. I'm excited. I start building it. Like, not even halfway. Like 1/4 of building it. I'm figuring out this thing's like this tall. It's like the size of like a midget. And this is for
Oh
grown
my
people.
God.
And at this point, I'm like, I don't want it. I'm not putting that in that box. Like, it's gonna be impossible. You know how you're never putting in that box? I just called it, said it never got here.
Man, that would be the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Good.
I
Good.
took it out, and they were like, "Do you want a new one?" They were trying to give me a new one.
You said no, right?
I was like, "No, I needed it that night, so
Yeah.
I went in store and bought it."
Okay.
And they were like, "Okay," and they gave me the money back. But dude, it was like for midgets, and that's
I don't
the
know
thing.
what I heard your whole story, but the only thing that when you said midget, like my mind just went there, and like I thought about it, I was like,
Bro, we haven't had a midget guest on in a while.
I know,
Let's
but what
do
I
it.
thought about, I was like, how cool would this segment, man, like would be if I bought one of those like big, like those chests, like those old school chests that you see in like the movies,
the giant ones?
the giant ones. And then we put a midget in there, but like he's in on the gig, and then like we like knock on there and make him pop out of there like a genie. But every time he pops out, he gives us something different. Sometimes he has a bottle, sometimes he has a beer.
And
He
you're just
pours
gonna
it.
have him hang out in there for how
just-
long?
Have to make big chess pieces.
Yeah, they're not that small.
Yeah, you could get a dwarf.
Yeah, dwarf.
Have you seen like the littler midgets? They're dwarfs.
Oh, yeah, those are the little.
Yeah, you could get a dwarf.
Yeah,
They're
we
more
had a-
fragile though, bro. They're like those like little crabs that like you see at the beach, and then you could kind of like crush the shell on the outside when you step on it on
The
accident.
sand scraps.
Yeah, like where you're like, oh, I didn't mean to kill you, bro, but
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fuck, you're so fragile. But I guess seagull food. But
Yeah.
yeah, but Yeah, dude, it's like those fools. Those midgets are the most fragile midgets out of all of them.
Yeah, that's a very interesting life.
We always thought about getting a third. Like we've already been open to it. Like I told them, we would be open to a third co-host again if we had a midget that committed to it.
That's the only one he wants.
Only a midget though.
He puts a lot of thought into midgets. He wants to make a community.
He's got to be
for midgets.
I said real estate, bitch.
Real estate, my bad, real estate. But he wants to make like a community.
It will save.
Like
Look, bro. Why do they need a regular size house?
Just to flex.
Yeah, just
That's the only reason why. Right?
Who's gonna turn off the ceiling fan? Like how big of a ladder do you fucking need to fucking turn on the ceiling fan if you're a midget? Like
he's trying to make houses just for midgets. Like he's literally trying to like get like una casita.
But okay, but if I got like from the makers that brought you those playhouses that you have like when you're little, you know, for like when you play house, but you make a real estate company and you're like, hey,
I like your idea, but what if I want to go visit him?
He could only come visit you.
See, that's a really good
It's all exclusive.
It could just be you have to make a big backyard.
You could only have outdoor barbecues and then like
and a porta potty.
See,
Got solutions.
Because think about how uncomfortable it is to them when they have to walk around the regular world.
You know what? I just saw the Wife Swap. Have you guys seen the show Wife Swap?
Yeah, that shit's funny as fuck.
Yeah, I just started watching it like a week ago. My roommates were watching it.
Where's this on?
I don't know. She just put it on.
Yeah, it's like one of these like real life fucking networks. But oh wow, the Ghost is back.
The Ghost. But the guy from Austin Powers was in it. Mini Me.
Oh, Vern. Yeah.
And they swapped his wife.
Damn.
With whose wife was it? I forgot, but
she was
reminded
probably
me of him because he's so small.
Is it funny?
She was probably like
it's pretty fucking funny, yeah. And it's also it's pretty insightful. Yeah, it's interesting.
She was probably like, it's good to not have a husband that's drinking himself to death.
Like I'm telling you, they're like running out of shit.
That's how he died. Oh. That little midget.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my God, I didn't even know he died.
Yeah, he's been dead for a while. Vern Troy died from drinking himself to death from liver disease.
Oh shit! Oh, that's sad.
So did that one guy from Smash Mouth?
Is that what the dude that
liver problem from pisteando machine? Yeah.
That's sad.
Man, I would have been like, I have to see like, in order for me to stop doing something like weed, like I think I have like the safest thing. Like until Tommy Chong dies, and they're like, if because of weed, you know what I mean, or something like that, or like God forbid something happens to Be Real, you know what I mean, or Snoop Dogg. And then they're like, it's because of weed. Then I'll probably be like, all right, we gotta stop. But I've been testing the limits as it is, even with the whole edibles thing, like taking the 10 pills at once at Disneyland, or just like doing all this crazy shit. Like it's like the safest thing to do, but I don't know. Like not everybody has that gift.
Two people sent me an article of how smoking risks the chance of getting a stroke by 60%. Then I found out that is more along the lines of like you already have like complications already.
Yeah.
And if you like smoke tobacco and shit.
And a lot of those articles also don't put how fat that person is already.
Exactly.
There's a lot of factors behind that.
Yeah.
Or how often do they work out? Jr.
Yeah. Or do they fucking hit the sauna? Do they do anything for health benefits? Yeah.
Kind of like when.
Are they Italian?
Oh my God. Like, remember when COVID was all happening and then they were labeling every single death a COVID death? And it's like, wait a minute, this person had a heart attack and they just happened to have COVID at the same time. Like,
you had cancer. You had cancer and then you had COVID, and technically, just because there was in there, they thought COVID killed them. No, cancer killed that.
No, they didn't think COVID killed them. They were getting money at the hospitals to say they were COVID deaths. That's what everybody's saying.
Everybody that's in the hospital, I'm not saying like, you know, like, oh, everybody is like sitting there as a patient, but
you recently
whoever's in the hospital, I'll tell you right now, that's a check to that facility, bro.
Yeah.
Like dead ass, because like especially like being there the last 2 days with my grandma for her stroke and stuff like that, like being there and taking care of her and like seeing her restrained and showing up myself and having to like release her and being like, oh, what the fuck? Nobody's giving you water. Nobody's done that. It kind of let me know that no matter how good of insurance you got, it's a check at the end of the day. And these workers, it's very rare. I'm not saying all of them, but some of them are very sweet and loving to the patients. And God bless those people that are out there doing those jobs. But some of those people, it's another check to them. So don't think that everybody, just because your family members at a hospital, they're getting the best treatment as it is. It's the best treatment money can buy on paper.
Yeah.
but believe me, like just it's the healthcare system is fucked.
It's fucked in this country. I can't believe how much of a scam the healthcare is in this country. I can't believe that we even have to pay for health insurance. And the nerve that they make us pay for health insurance when they allow all the big companies to make us all sick with diseases. Mm-hmm. And then we have to pay for it. Yep. That's really fucked up.
You know where I'm at right now? I don't want to drink plastic water bottles out of
That's
plastic.
good.
You know how fucking hard it is to get glass water out of glass?
Yes.
Albertsons don't have it. If you do, it's one. I don't even care how much it is. Give me a fucking case, I'll buy it. Yeah. No, you got to buy one big one.
Yeah.
And one big one.
You can get them online.
I know, and that's the thing. It makes it hard for you. They make everything hard for you to be healthy, and it's annoying to me. I'm like, what the fuck? That's not about the money. Sometimes you're like, hey, just fucking put them there. I'll buy it there because plastic, that's a forever chemical.
You gotta shop at Sprouts.
Sprouts, they have water?
It's like the cheaper Whole Foods.
Okay.
You know what? My holistic doctor, he doesn't want me to drink water bottles anymore either. Now I'm drinking only water out of glass.
Yeah, you know, I told you that's why the
spring water you guys got.
Yeah, my girl's
spring water, that's the one.
Is it
my girl's always buying me these two waters. Aquapana and Mountain Valley spring water.
That's the one
I love that shit with the green water bottle.
Yes.
That shit is good, huh?
It's so good. It tastes different.
It does.
It really does.
It doesn't taste like this shit.
No, it don't.
But you know what? Everything tastes better in a glass. Like even think about Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You know, like any soda tastes better out of a glass.
Yeah.
Or even like if you like olives, like canned olives or olives in a glass. You know, like it just.
Like try preservatives that have
to it. You can taste it.
Try preservatives that have been in a glass thing and preservatives that are preserved in plastic, and you'll know the difference, bro. Because when you go get some jam at Ralph's and you go get some jam in like Charlie Brown's farm, that wherever in the middle of nowhere, you're gonna taste shit like the difference. But like
so
I made some peanut butter like at this Charlie Brown's farm at on the way to Palmdale. And it was like, you know, you can make the peanut butter and shit like that, bro. And then when I really looked at it, I was like, this is what real peanut butter looks like. That shit shocked the fuck out of me, bro. I was like, oh, you see the little level of oil at the top, and then
you gotta mix it yourself. It separates.
Yeah, and you gotta mix it yourself. And then when you mix it in with the jelly, it's different.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
Oh yeah, I mean, you were talking about maybe having kids. Do you know your kid will have plastic in him because you have plastic in you? It's a forever chemical. That's crazy to me that your baby's gonna have something it's never ate or touched because you're eating it. And I mean, I know how the human body works, but it's just crazy how plastic will end up in your kid because of you just.
Think my baby's gonna come out high?
Dude, yeah, your sperm's high as fuck, dog. Your sperm's fucking toasty, dog.
Hopefully not.
Like that fool comes out hungry already. He's like, I'm high hungry, bro.
Oh my god, I heard that. I forgot what the percentage is, like, but now since weed has been legalized, like in many states, they're doing studies now on like pregnant women, and now more and more women are, since the legalization, more and more women are having complications and coming into the hospital high. Yeah.
Damn.
It's like sad, but it's also just interesting.
Are they coming in there high, like
high? They smoked weed while they were pregnant.
While they're pregnant.
Hey, can you imagine me?
But the crazy part is that's not illegal. You know, you can't not sell liquor to a pregnant chick. A chick can literally show up pregnant as fuck. Yeah, if you own a liquor shop and a chick shows up pregnant as fuck, you have to sell it to her, and you can literally see her drinking it, and you can't tell her nothing technically because it's freedom. It's her body, her choice.
That's very sad.
It's sad, but you can't stop it. And people have done it. People have done like experiments where the girl act like she's pregnant and she'll go to a bar and order a drink, and your bartender's like,
you know what I would do if I was a bartender? Like I would pretend I'm gonna serve her up, and then right before I'm gonna serve her up, I would just drink it.
Yeah.
Like I would just drink it and be like, oh, you thought I was gonna fuck the baby up? Yeah. And it'd be like, this one's on you, huh?
Like,
damn. That's sad. I just feel so bad for the babies. Yeah. Like I also feel bad for women that don't realize that there is a choice. You know, if you don't want to have a baby, then don't have a baby. Yeah. If you can't control yourself, if you can't even control yourself while you're pregnant, you probably shouldn't have the baby. You know, because when the baby's born, they're gonna have to deal with that still.
They need more attention. Like right now, you're just holding it. Like,
and they're gonna grow up with a parent who's not present and who's fucked up all the time and cannot give you a good life. Like it's a vicious circle.
Like right now, like on Twitter, we're all seeing baby Blueface and his wife. That's sad. Like right? Sad. Can we all say that's sad? Like you watch that.
Oh,
and you're like,
God.
someone should handle that.
All right, so what's so sad about that? I don't know nothing.
Well, you know, Ray is the one person that spends the most time away from his phone.
Is it with the kid running around naked and all that stuff?
No, he be asking the kid if it's gay. He's got booty shaking around the kid, and you know me, I don't give a fuck, but not that at that age, and like it's just
not just that, but like the one that like how like the girl's not suitable to take care of the baby because that motherfucker's neck was like all stupid and shit at Walmart.
Oh shit!
And then like people just snapped the picture, and I'm like, because you know you're like. Bro, like a baby is like the hardest shit to fucking take care of, bro.
Yeah.
Like this thing is gonna die without you. So like if like literally if you don't fucking position it right, this shit can fucking grow up with a fucked up neck, a fucking odd shaped head, all this random shit, bro. Like that's why I'm like, people be so quick to fucking make one, and I'm like, hey, bro, it's like the most expensive pet you're gonna have.
You know how crazy that is?
Yeah, it's a lifetime contract. It's not just till you're 18. It's a lifetime thing.
So you're 18 if you're lucky, and that sperm is fucking smart or whatever. You know what I mean?
Don't you think it's crazy that we're like one of the only animals that has to take care of a newborn? Dolphins are born instantly. Deer can run the second up. You seen them like the lion's coming and the baby's trying to walk away and shit.
Really? They instantly deer? You said?
Deer, all those animals, giraffe, they can walk on site. They don't need to be trained how to walk. Horses, we're the only animal
but they feed from the mothers, though, no?
Yeah,
but to a certain time, like it's very quick, and then after that, there's no.
Like it's quick. Okay.
There's no like, hey, I've been gone for 2 years. Let me go check in on my mother.
And even then, and even then, how long do you have to take care of a human for? It's a long time till you can literally say, "Kyle."
It's not your life anymore. It's
like at least 5. Like it's at least 5. Like if we were in savage times, it's at least 5 till you're like, okay, he can kind of go hunt.
Like
5 years old.
Like back in the hunting
Yeah,
days?
like back in the days, you still 2-3 years old. It still needs to be taken care of. A 2-3 year old.
I mean, I think even 5 is way too little.
That's what I'm saying. That's just like my point where you'd be like, yo,
I would say like 12. Kids are so dumb.
We need someone to go get wood for the arrows.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like,
they can do that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about at what age do you get them to start jalando?
But I was thinking like because if you send them to go get the wood, like what if they get attacked by an animal? That's where my mind went. Like they wouldn't know what to do.
That's why they have a lot of them.
A lot of kids send all the kids to die.
Back then, they just had a bunch of them.
Like 300.
Oh, like 300, yeah.
How they would just like send their kids, and if that fool survives in the forest, and that fool's like, all right, cool, he's accepted.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of like being like an animal.
Those are like quinceañeras for those people, dog. You go out there, and if you come back, you're cool. You're part of the tribe. You kicked it. You learned. You learned what we taught you. You fucking learned what we taught you. And if you didn't come back, we don't need you, homie.
You understood the assignment.
Yeah.
You know, they send me over there. I'd be like, you send me. We have no forest. It burned down. Like, I would be like, just letting you know.
Oh my
I was like, I know you depend on the animals here, so if you're gonna send me to die, this whole shit's burning.
Like
down.
you've heard of those African tribes where you have to put your hands in like a needle and like red ant's nest, and you have to do it. If not, you're not like a man. Yeah. Bro, those are traditions people still to this day run, dog.
I'll bust out some raid like.
Oh my god.
Do you ever plan on performing in Africa? Have you?
Yeah. No, not yet. I would love to perform in Africa.
Those to me are like
manifesting that and trying to work that into fruition for sure.
Yeah, because that
I want to go everywhere.
Yeah, I have a feeling that you'd kill it down there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, Africa.
For sure.
Yeah, it has a vibe.
More people are starting to tell me I'm a fan from Africa. I'm a fan from Africa. Like it barely started like.
I would just do targeted ads out there and then maybe see if you get some traction. Like you know how you could target ad your like. You just like type in like on their Facebook, your Instagram audience, and then you're like, oh fuck it, let's see what popular African cities are. You show up under their sponsored ads, and then you'd be like,
and they know English, and you know what's crazy? It is not that I hate this.
Wow, Xavier, and they know English.
Yeah, no. And I have a defense. I have a defense of that. The reason I say that is because I get K-pop shot at me, and I don't even understand Korean. So it's just like they are doing it. Like I get K-pop thrown at me all the time on my feed. And I'm like, bro, it's in Japanese. Like, even if I want
K-pop is Korean.
Or Korean, whatever. I don't know.
You must have clicked like one time because I've never seen K-pop on my Explorer ever.
I get J-pop.
J-pop?
I just have Chihuahuas.
Japanese. Yeah.
My Explore page is Chihuahuas everywhere.
Puro Chihuahuas?
Yeah.
Oh, we brought this up the other day. Were you upset that Taco Bell don't fuck with the Chihuahua no more?
When did they stop fucking with them? A while ago, right?
Cancel culture. It was too Mexican.
Because of cancel culture?
He was the first dog to get canceled.
Shut up, for real?
It was too racist.
It was too. But
I just want to say, everybody who's involved in the cancel culture and the PC culture, you fucking suck. And I hope I offend you with that comment because I said what I said. Fuck PC culture. I'm sick of that shit. They're ruining everything. They're ruining comedy. For real, like you can't even be funny anymore. People are getting mad at comedians. That's crazy.
I can't
exactly.
Can't call XG a
I hate that
faggot.
shit. How are they gonna take away our mascot? That's like how they were trying to take away the Speedy Gonzalez, huh?
See,
Right?
Yeah.
that's what I was
Like
saying.
we need those representatives. We don't have very many Latino cartoons or
None
mascots.
of us had a problem with him until
Right?
somebody
But
else
It's
did.
false
Like,
representation.
It was a Latinx. I know it.
No, see, I want to meet that person that I want to really, I really want to see that person that said, Chihuahua is too much for me. If there's a Chihuahua, I'm not going to Taco Bell no more. I want to meet that
while
person.
they were eating their avocado toast.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like $10 now.
That was $18. Yeah,
Like,
Crazy.
like remember when they tried to cancel gorditas, the actual food gorditas?
Yeah.
I was like, come on, what gorditas mad? They got big from eating gorditas. They love gorditas. It's in the word. Gorditas named they gorditas.
First of all, you gotta be a fat ass to know about what a gordita is.
I
You know what I
love
mean?
It's
gorditas.
funny.
Honestly, I like them more because of the name too. I don't know why it's just so fun. Like gorditas, it's just so cute.
I like the
I don't
crunchiness
know.
on the outside.
Yeah, see, but you see, I want to meet these cancel people that are like here because I don't think they're any of us, obviously.
You know, I feel like they
Only
mostly
thing I
just
want to
exist
cancel
on
is
the
my
internet.
order sometimes.
For real, I'm so sick of that stuff. It's so annoying and
Have they tried to come after you, like low key?
Oh yeah.
Oh
all the
yeah.
time.
What was one? What was one that you were like, come on?
Oh, like for example, sometimes I'll talk about mental health. Mind you, I have my own struggles with mental health. I have a bad anxiety at times, and I struggle with depression up until a few years ago since I was a kid. So I talk about mental health because a lot of people want to know how I got my mind right, you know, and I also don't like seeing people like that. And I want to educate people about it, that you could fix yourself. You know, you're never going to be perfect, but you can work on these things, you know? So anyway, sometimes I'll, just like we were talking about the whole obesity thing, how it's not good to baby people and tell them that being obese is okay, because it's not. It's unhealthy. I say the same kind of things about mental health. Like people are always like romanticizing depression now and romanticizing anxiety. Like, and it's a difference between expressing it and being, you know, like sometimes even telling a joke about it or whatever. But I see some people like that's their whole identity, you know, and it's like and they just like make it sound like it's funny, but then at some point it's not funny. It's really sad, you know. So I've spoken about those things and the obesity thing too. I've spoken about online, and people get really upset. They're like, oh, you don't know depression. And I was like, I for sure know depression. Just because I'm not depressed anymore don't mean I can talk about it. It's affected my life so much.
That's why I like being a fat guy in progress, bro. When I tell other fat people, like, hey, bro, you think this shit's cool? It's not. I was like, it sucks going to the gym in the morning. Yeah, it sucks sweating like a motherfucker. But you know what else sucks? Heart disease.
Yes.
I was like, you know what else sucks? Fucking high cholesterol, or not finding your pants at the fucking pants section or your pant size. Yeah, no, serious, bro. Those are all things where like, and then it's like when people like when they hear it from somebody like that, it's like, what are you gonna tell me, bro? I don't know what it's like. I'm fat too, bro. I'm just working on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different, and sometimes you gotta know. And you didn't start making that change to you either experience those things if you're lucky by yourself, or somebody that cared about you told you, whether it was in a comedic way or not. It stung because you know deep down it's true. Yeah,
and that's why I talk about that stuff. And people all the time like, oh, you're I don't even know what they say because it's just so weird, you know. And I just block them. But it's just like basically, like you said, not taking accountability. That's really all it is.
Yeah,
you know, like
all
people,
it is.
People want to be enabled. People want to be baby. Like I'm sorry, I'm not a baby. I'm not like you said earlier. Like I'm very expressive. I'm telling you how it is. Like a lot of people, like my close friends and stuff, like they'll come to me like when they want to know like what time it is, like what do you think about the situation, Jordan? Because I'll just be brutally honest, you know, and because coddling people doesn't help them progress. It keeps them stagnant, and it doesn't let them reach a better version of themselves, you know.
And I know your vibe. You're not dissing them.
Yeah,
because there's also fat shaming. We all know fat shaming. I do it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. No, but not in person though. I'm also nice.
He does do it in person.
No. Come on, I was nice to the last guy. I could have. There was
no reason why you wanted.
See, so that's why I said I'm nice, but I mean, like, there's limits. I don't know him like that. There's no reason for me to talk to him like that, you know. And obviously, but I have told my homies like, yo, you're fat, dog, and if you don't cool it, you might not like kick with your kids for all that long. Yeah. And if they get upset, I'm like, fucking.
It's the truth, and you're saying it out of a place of.
That's
caring.
how you got Eddie to lose weight.
See, but believe it or not, some people have told me. My sister. Believe it or not, I called her fat her whole life, and she's skinny now, and she's like, it's kind of because of you.
Yeah.
And I was big brother mean. I was like, yeah, stop eating. Like, dame la torta, you don't need it. Like stuff like that. But at the end of the day, now that she's here, she's like, yo, you're shit. You're fucking fat shaming. Like,
I feel like you did not make it that easy. Xavier was like, you know why nobody's picking you up on Friday?
Oh, yes, bro, yes. Shit like that,
I
dog.
feel like Xavier was that asshole.
Like, you were prom queen for a reason. Like,
Oh my God.
shit like that, dog. Like, you got nominated, but no ganaste because it was an extra 10 pounds. Like, I was mean, bro. But to this day, she's like,
That's
you
such
actually fucking helped because no one was as mean as you were.
Yeah.
No one was as mean as you were. And I would tell her, like, look at the girls I like. They don't like, you're not in.
Yeah.
Pero came high school.
Dude, Xavier was walking in with a burger. You know what the difference between this burger and you? Nothing. I can see you're a fucking asshole sometimes.
Nah, yeah, I was mean, and I say I'm not like that to anybody. It's because she was my sister, and it was out of I was an asshole. But at the end of the day, yeah, like I was an asshole. She's like, does that taste good? I always tell her no, so I can have more too. Like, it's just piece of shit moves. Like now, like if my kid did that to my daughter, I'd be pissed. If one of my kids did that to my other kid, I'd be like, yo, fool, leave her alone, dog.
Yeah.
But I know they're probably gonna do it. They're kids.
That's Xavier. I mean, there's a limit, fool. Just know. People will get mad too. Hey, I know I've asked you this before, but you said you have never experienced a paranormal activity, huh? Or I think you like last time I checked, like you said, the answer to like anything that have you ever experienced anything that it was no, right?
You know what? The other day, I don't know, but I did remember the other day that I one time did see some weird lights in the sky. They were like, I think it was a group of like 5 red lights, and they were moving like.
Oh shit.
And I was like, wait, what the hell in the sky moves like that? Like I never seen that, you know? And it was like, it just was going. This was like, I don't know, like a long time ago, like 10 years ago, something like that. That's probably the only thing I could remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like no ghost?
No, I haven't had a ghost experience, no.
I mean, I figured I'd check in because I know you're one of the very few people where you're like, oh man, like I haven't experienced it. I always like to check in with something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's haunted, this room?
No, the owner of the building.
Why? What's the legend? Tell me.
This was the first building because he owned a bunch of industrial buildings out here, but this is the first building he built, so he's attached to this because like his son still comes and checks in on the property.
Okay.
But the ghost will check in on its properties type of deal and do certain things
like what?
Like keeping the company in order, like it doesn't like disruption. So like if people are beefing it here at work, like that's when the most activity will start happening. Like if I have a problem with like Ray and we're here like 5 times out of the week and I'm just not saying anything about it, but you know there's tension and all the other workers know there's tension. They're like, hey, did you see what happened on Monday? Ray and this were having a discussion and it got heated and then they shut up and then, you know, they did all that. And then like we just keep building that shit. Mm-hmm. Shit will start happening. Like shit will start flying off the shelves or.
Oh shit.
Yeah, or like the lights will turn on.
Oh wow, that's interesting with that energy.
Yeah, he's a cokehead too.
That explains it.
He's a cokehead. Every time we did coke, there'd always be less. Right? I'm like, this fool's doing the coke, huh? Fucking, super cokehead.
Look at it, making up for all the times where he's like, yeah, it was the ghost.
Oh.
Who did that line? The ghost?
Yeah, the ghost.
All twacked out.
More like you fucking ghosted it. Do you have any upcoming project that you want to what is it, shout out before we dip out?
Yeah, I'm dropping a song tonight and it's called Love Sick, and you can check it out. But also I have so much music out, like on Spotify and Apple Music, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to music. I have 14 albums out. Or no, you know what, not all 14 are on the streaming services, because when I started making music, it was before the days of Spotify. It was when like putting music on YouTube was popping and SoundCloud. So I have like millions of views that I'll never get like transferred over, but whatever. That's
I got one question. Like, let's say you're new, first time they've ever heard you. What song would you tell them, go listen to this? Or 2, because you got a big big list. Is there 2 where you're like, yo, this is me, or this is what I'm at right now?
Sure. Maybe not where I'm at right now, but I will say for sure listen to Scheming and
I like that one.
Yeah, right. Everyone likes that one, and Ain't Shit, because Ain't Shit.
Oh, that's the one. That's the one I fuck with. That's the one I posted.
I would say
that's the one that makes me want to soft.
Yeah, that's what I said. It got the vibe going.
I like those.
Yeah.
And then the album you should hear is called No Chaser. That's my best album.
There we go.
Yeah.
But check that out. Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure.
And then just add me everywhere at Reverie Love, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, OnlyFans. I don't do porn. Sorry. or get naked. And
So you shouldn't tell them that. Let them find out once they pay the $5. Let them find out.
Become salty.
Yeah, they get mad.
Oh,
they're like, I want to
Oh.
see your pussy dripping,
Oh, that's not.
squirting everywhere. I'm like,
If it's
whoa.
for $5 and that's what you want, you're tripping. That's
I'm
gonna
a
cost
rapper.
money.
I'm not a porn star. Like I just have like pictures in lingerie and stuff like that. Also, yeah, those are like the main ones.
Back
And my
into
website.
it.
No, my website is reverierelove.com and I have merchandise. Oh, this is my clothing brand, Satori Mob.
Someone said your hat was dope as fuck. So
Oh,
go
I made
cop
this
that if there is
hat.
there.
This is on my website.
Go get it.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you so much, Rev, for coming by once again. Like, for real, it's always a
Thank you
vibe.
for
I like
having me.
chopping
Yeah,
it
it was
up
fun.
with you.
Yeah.
For those of you guys that are going to get the merch piece for your upcoming tour, what is it? High and Hungry will be sponsored. We'll be one of the sponsors in the back.
Yes.
So make sure you support that merch and go support her. If you're out there in the show, she will be rocking some dope-ass drip I'm working on for her.
Yes.
Aside from that, Ray, shout-outs?
Shout out to Rev for coming through as always. You're
Thank you.
always welcome to come back.
Thank you for having me.
Follow me on Morning Shot Films, IG and YouTube. Check out my website, morningshotfilms.co, where I put my podcast, The Morning Reel, where I review all kinds of movies. I just reviewed a movie with Xavier called I Love You, Man, bromance film. Tomorrow I'll be putting out Boys in the Hood. So check that out. Xavier.
Hit that like button, subscribe. We're getting Saturday off.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. We're Saturday off. We're taking Saturday off. So if you missed out on the episode with Jason Joshua in the morning, catch up on that one. Or if you're missing out on this one, watch it on Saturday because we gave you 2 episodes today, 2 dope ass episodes. We are at 300 people registered for the High and Hungry experience on October 14th. That is at Craft Beer Kings in Huntington Beach. Over 30 vendors. Come shop. Come get some bomb-ass food. 5 different vendors that have been featured on the High and Hungry show out there vending. Everybody's different. Bart's Barbecue, Orale Mojo Tacos, Correas Mariscos, Gochu Gang, and a couple other little like sweet vendors that are on the side. You got 30-plus vendors like from everything from collectibles to like thrifting to like entrepreneurs. So you got all that going on. And if that's not enough, you get 20% off all the craft beer at Craft Beer Kings, which you already know that craft beer is expensive. Keyword craft. You get 20% off just for showing up. The tickets are free, register, but the VIP bags, they are definitely going to be worth it. Be Real just gave me a whole bunch of Funko Pops that he's going to autograph to fucking get in there.
Oh
And,
my God.
Yeah, aside from the cool shit, aside from a bunch of the cool shit that I'm going to be throwing up in there as well. Make sure you check out the merch at flavorsbyezone.com. That is a lot of the new We Don't Smoke the Same hats and a lot of the candles that I've been restocking as well. So make sure you guys check out those and the New Era hats. There's a lot of new drip I'm going to be picking up from my embroidery guy. And last but not least, the 2 dispensaries that have been added to the list for my new propane collaboration for you guys. Green Angel 818 in the Valley. Make sure you check them out. They have a BOGO deal once a month. I believe it's every 20th of every month. And Goat Global on Central Avenue on the October 13th. We will be having a party celebrating the drop there. So come get some Bart's Barbecue for free and come get some coffee for free and come get a propane, not for free, but with a discount. You know what I'm
And
saying?
your candles.
Yeah.
Come support.
Yeah.
Come support.
Yeah,
The candles. How many
support.
candles you got left?
And, the haze one is probably like less than 15, but the
Go
We
get
Don't
that.
Smoke the Same one comes out this weekend, hopefully. And go get the We Don't Smoke the Same hat that A Plus Product made that I will have him make some more for the 14th. So
Cute.
yeah, this is pretty dope. Thank you, Tommy. With that being said, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. And I don't know, I might go live on my personal channel on Saturday. Woo. You know, I got the vlogging thing going on there. You guys keep me going on that. So peace out, y'all. Appreciate it.
Great.